Ireland by late 2019, which would hinder any attempt of the FBI to have him arrested because an arrest would require international cooperation. And back in 2017, Utah investigators began processing a backlog of untested SA kits. In 2018, one of the Utah kits, originally from 2008, revealed to match Nicholas's DNA from an investigation of a 2008 SA. A sealed arrest warrant for Nicholas was issued in September of 2020. So because his DNA matched this previous SA, this is how they were able to really be like, okay, yep, we need to get him no matter what country he's in. But in January of 2020, Nicholas reported that he was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. It is said that Nicholas provided this information to multiple media outlets, like he wanted to make sure that was out there. And then a person claiming to be Nicholas's wife stated that his illness had lasted for months and it included heart disease and multiple heart attacks. And according to Nicholas's family and his alleged wife at the time, he passed away on February 29th of 2020. Nicholas's former foster mother, Sharon, said that she had been approached by Nicholas's biological mother in July of 2020, who asked her to look into the reports of his death. When Sharon read the comments written in his obituary and memorials, she was convinced that that style of writing was Nicholas's, so she concluded that Nicholas may have faked his own death. It goes on and on and on about what a wonderful person he was and he did all this stuff. But Nicholas's alleged wife confirmed that no, the person that nobody's seen her face and knew who she was because she was staying low, he didn't fake his own death. We were there. We saw his ashes get spread at sea. And then on February 22nd of 2021, an Irish newspaper, Sunday World, reported that they were unable to find a death certificate for anyone under the name Nicholas in Ireland. But in reality, in 2021, Nicholas and this new woman that he was with moved to Gasglow, Scotland, and this is when allegedly Nicholas took on the name Arthur Knight. Then this brings us to the COVID situation, the tattoo situation, and Arthur Knight being in the hospital. This man even goes as far at some point to say that he believed that somebody came and tattooed these tattoos on his arms to match Nicholas's to set up Arthur for the crimes of Nicholas. I mean, this guy doesn't stop. True con artist. Now, even though Arthur had been arrested in the hospital, had a bail hearing there, he was getting bonded out, he was going back, he wasn't showing up to court, he was saying it was because he was sick. He was doing all these interviews with Dateline and stuff. And you guys, I'm just like watching this like, you really got to think you can get out of anything. And mind you, he was diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder at 12. So now he's on Dateline doing these interviews, and you guys, when he tries to prove to the interviewer that
we have a traffic stop that requires taking care of. We've received complaints about speeding drivers, officer. Perhaps you can pay special attention to that.
I can take that.
On November 11th of 2022, the judge ruled that the arrested man's identity is in fact Nicholas, basing his ruling on
There's an emergency. Urgent response required.
Evidence.
Officer available?
I'll see to it.
Police in England confirmed that Nicholas was under investigation for an R-word there too. He is so dangerous. He's not just a con artist. Nicholas is currently in Scotland waiting to be extradited back to America. And I hope that this trial is televised. Is this going to be a whole show? And I'm trying to figure out about Miss Knight too. About Miss Miranda. I don't know her. I don't know what she went through, but I think she should be investigated as well. Now, when he was asked, why did you take your wife's last name versus her taking your last name, he said he really wanted to separate himself from his childhood.
Excuse me, officer. Could you help me out, please?
Start over fresh, according to Arthur. All over the place because hurting everybody in his way and justice is concerned. But when I look at his father's history, and that's something that I did not mention at the beginning, that his father, even after like the restraining order situation, his biological father did go on to get arrested multiple times, allegedly, for abuse situations with women, also fraud. So it kind of makes you wonder how much of the hereditary genes were in there, being fed by the narcissism, And by him getting into the system and rubbing elbows with maybe politicians and stuff and finding a different way. I think it's a combination of
I've
all of
arrived
it,
at the
but I
scene
do
and will
not
begin
believe that
processing
this
the
guy
accident.
has been able to get away with. People are convinced that this guy is a man named Nicholas.
This is a case of mistaken identity.
You say you've never been to the United States?
Never in my life.
They ended up calling the police over there in Scotland, and when they came in to look at him, this is when they realized that not only did the tattoos look identical to this man who had passed away the year prior and was a fugitive from the U.S.
They claimed in court you were identified from tattoos.
What happened with you?
That
Are
is
you
not
both
true.
drunk?
I've never been identified.
But that he also had a scar above his eyebrow, just like this guy, and his fingerprints matched.
Who are you?
I am not drunk. We're on the night. And unfortunately, there are days who attend differently.
Are you Nicholas Alaverdian?
Absolutely.
So who is Nicholas and what did he do? Nicholas Alaverdian was born on July 11th of 1987 in Rhode Island. Nicholas's mom's name was Diana. In 1989, Diana finally mustered up the strength to leave Nicholas's father, Jack. However, it wasn't easy for her to leave him because not only did she have 2 children, but she was
You're being
pregnant with
detained
her
because I
third.
witnessed you
She filed
jaywalking.
for a divorce,
I don't
but
agree with
she
you,
also
officer.
placed a
The green
restraining
light for
order against
pedestrians
Jack
was on.
because she said that he would come after her and she was afraid. Now, she would later move on and meet a new man.
Would you
This
show me your
guy's
ID,
name was
please?
David Rossi. David Rossi
Okay, officer.
swooped in
There you-
like Superman to save the day. He really tried to do everything that he could for Diana, and he even went as far as adopting her 3 children and giving Nicholas and his 2 younger siblings his last name. And this is how Nicholas Alaverdian went to Nicholas Rossi, because he took his stepfather's last name. However, David Rossi would say that this was not no easy task. These kids were troublesome. I mean, they were wild.
Everything's fine.
And Nicholas
You're good to go.
was allegedly the worst one of them all. This is when things get fuzzy of what is the truth or not. The way I'm seeing this is we're in this pattern.
Tell me what you saw.
And he
I really
was
didn't
young.
see what
We're
happened.
in this pattern of him getting in trouble all the way when he was little, to going into facilities.
Tell me what you saw.
trying to do
No,
his way
I
out
just
of
saw the
things.
accident after they'd already crashed.
Why
And
you
I'm
don't wear
starting
the
to
Florida,
see
huh?
a con artist being developed in these patterns. in my opinion.
Can you tell me
But
what
this
you
is
saw?
the thing.
I'm
And I don't
still
know
recovering
what
from the
happened.
crash.
He said that
My
everywhere
mind is
he went,
blank.
they either SA'd him, they
All right.
they
I'm just collecting a
anything you can
sample.
think of just about Nicholas said it happened at every single place that he went. He was able to rub elbows with some politicians, and at just 14 years old,
Please
he
allow
was
me to
hired
collect
as
a sample to see if you're under the
legislative page in
influence of any
Rhode Island
drugs.
House of Representatives. Nicholas said that he informed lawmakers about his negative experience in the system, but he received no assistance. For somebody that had been through everything he'd been through, he sure wasn't scared to stand up and speak out what he would claim to be his truth. In
Show me your ID and
2008
car
is
insurance.
when Nicholas's legal training.
Sure, here you go.
According to a Sinclair Community College student, she met Nicholas on a campus in Ohio and had lunch with him. This young lady said that after she was finished eating with Nicholas, he asked her, "Do you mind if I walk you to your next class?" She said, "Sure, no problem." She thought he was a gentleman, and that was very nice of him. But instead of Nicholas walking her to her next class, she said that he took her through the basement, and this is where he pinned her against the wall and began to pleasure himself. And this is when the charges were filed against him for SA. In 2012, while Nicholas was going to another college, he was kicked out and didn't graduate because he was withdrawn by the administration because the university learned of his S offender status because he did not register when he was supposed to go. And then in April of 2013, Nicholas tried to sue that same community college for making serious life-altering false allegations and claimed that he was deprived of a jury trial. This suit was dismissed by a judge. Former Rhode Island State Representative Bryan described Nicholas as brilliant but dangerous, accusing him of having swindled a lot of people by persuading some Rhode Island lawmakers to give him money, but sometimes with threats of accusing them with the R word and assault, like basically saying that he would accuse them of it, give me money or I'm gonna tell people that you did this. Nicholas didn't have any problem at seemingly like getting women. He had a problem keeping women, okay? Because in 2010, he actually got married. He was married for less than a year, I think a little bit over 6 months, and his wife divorced him and put a restraining order against him. Nicholas also got into trouble, and a warrant
Let me
was
frisk
put
you
out
for any
his arrest
illegal-
because he violated the protection order because he kept calling his ex-wife and basically stalking her. But I guess he decided to quit calling her then when he met a new woman, where he got married just a few years later in 2015. This was his second wife, and she wouldn't stay his wife for very long either, because 7 months later, this woman filed for a divorce and a protection order again against Nicholas. After their divorce,
You're being
Nicholas
charged.
failed to
Here goes my day.
the judge's order to pay her over $7,000 in overdue spousal support and legal fees, and so instead he just left the state that he was in, Ohio, and went back to Rhode Island. Then get this, y'all. In 2017, Nicholas was living with his friend in Providence, Rhode Island.
You're being charged at...
Ugh, I can't believe this is happening.
Restraining order against Nicholas. This friend that allowed Nicholas to move in.
I'm
with
just
him
taking a sample
said
to...
that he refused to leave and that he was stealing his checks and cashing them. Nicholas eventually left the United States, and this is when he moved to South Bristol, England, with a woman named Miranda Knight. According to Miranda's brother, Nicholas dated Miranda in 2019, and they got married in early 2020. None of Nicholas's family or friends were present at the ceremony, and Nicholas allegedly never spoke about his family and told Miranda
You're under
that
arrest
he
for
was
having an
married
open
and
warrant.
was working in online
No
marketing
way!
and public relations. This is when Nicholas allegedly became aware that the FBI was investigating him for fraud. His former foster mother, Sharon Lane, alleged that Nicholas opened 22 credit cards under her husband's name, racking up almost
Please take your accident
$200,000
report.
in debt.
Seems fine.
According to
Thank you,
Nicholas's
officer.
former lawyer, Mr. Pine, Nicholas had moved to Ireland by late 2019, which would hinder any attempt of the FBI to have him arrested because an arrest would require international cooperation. And back in 2017,
I need backup to take a
Utah investigators began processing a
Understood.
backlog of
We're sending the
untested
closest
SA
transport
kits.
to your location.
In 2018, one of the Utah kits, originally from 2008, revealed to match Nicholas's DNA from an investigation of a 2008 SA. A sealed arrest warrant for Nicholas was issued in September 2020. So because his DNA matched
I'm
this
parked nearby.
previous
I'll be at your location soon.
SA, this is how they were able to really be like, okay, yep, we need to
Hi.
get him.
I'm here to take your suspect into
But
custody.
in January of 2020,
Please,
Nicholas
do not
reported
resist
that he was
and come with me to the
diagnosed
patrol
with
car.
non-Hodgkin's
I have to.
lymphoma. It is said that Nicholas provided this information to multiple media outlets. Like, he wanted to make sure that that was out there. And then a person claiming to be Nicholas's wife stated that his illness had lasted for months, and it included heart disease and multiple heart attacks. And according to Nicholas's family and his alleged wife at the time, he passed away on February 29th of 2020. Nicholas's former foster mother, Sharon, said that she had been approached by Nicholas's biological mother in July of 2020, who asked her to look into the reports of his death. When Sharon read the comments written in his obituary and memorials, she was convinced that that style of writing was Nicholas's, so she concluded that Nicholas may have faked his own death. It goes on and on and on about what a wonderful person he was, and he did all this stuff. But Nicholas's alleged
Can you tell me
wife
what you saw?
I'm
confirmed
shocked,
that
officer.
No,
I have
the
no
person
idea what
had never
happened.
seen her face and knew who she was because she was
Kindly
low.
cooperate
He
as I
didn't
collect a
fake his
sample
own
to
death.
see if
We
you're
were
drunk.
there. We saw his ashes get spread at sea. And then on February 22nd of 2021, an Irish newspaper, Sunday World, reported that
Please
they
allow
were
me to collect a
unable
sample to
find
see
a
if you're
death
under the
certificate
influence of
for
any
anyone
drugs.
under the name Nicholas in Ireland. But in reality, in 2021, Nicholas and this new woman that he was with moved to Gastrow, Scotland, and this is when allegedly Nicholas took on the name Arthur.
Let me have a look at your ID and insurance
Then
card,
this
please.
brings us to
Sure.
the COVID situation.
Here you go, officer.
The tattoo situation and Arthur their night being in the hospital. This man
Gun
even
permit,
goes as far
no.
at some point to
Concealed
say
weapon
that
permit,
he believed
no.
that somebody came and tattooed these tattoos on his arms to match Nicholas's to set up Arthur for the crimes of Nicholas.
Identity
I mean,
theft,
this guy doesn't
theft,
stop. True con artist. Now,
identity
even though
convicted.
Arthur had been arrested in the hospital, had a bail hearing there, he was getting bonded out, he was going back, he wasn't showing up to court, he was saying it was because he was sick. He was doing all these interviews with Dateline and stuff. And you guys, I'm just like watching this like, you really got to think you can get out of anything. And mind you, he was diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder at 12. So now he's on Dateline doing these interviews. And you guys, when he tries to prove to the interviewer that he can't even stand up, I lost it.
People say that's not. Let me try to stand up. Let me try to stand up. Exactly.
On November 11th of 2022, the judge ruled that the arrested man's identity is in fact Nicholas, basing his ruling on fingerprint, tattooed, and photographic evidence. On November 28th of 2022, the police in England confirmed that Nicholas was under investigation for an R word there too. He is so dangerous. He's not just a con artist. Nicholas is currently in Scotland waiting to be extradited back to America. And I hope that this trial is televised, y'all, because it's gonna be a whole show. And I'm trying to figure out about Miss Knight too, about Miss Miranda. I don't know her. I don't know what she went through, but I think she should be investigated.
Here's your accident
Now, when he
report.
was asked, why did you
Well
take your wife's
documented
last
and
name versus
exhaustive
yours taking
report.
your
Thank
last
you,
name?
officer.
He said he really wanted to separate
You can leave
himself
now.
from his childhood. He had been through
All
some
right, you can
things,
go now.
and he just wanted
Drive
to
safe.
start over fresh. According to Arthur,
Hey there.
he had a wonderful family, in love with his wife. He was doing great. This man's literally just gone all over the place, hurting everybody in his wake, and justice needs to be served. When I look at his father's history, and that's something that I did not mention in the beginning, that his father...
I've got an
even after,
injured
like, the
person.
restraining
I need
order
an ambulance.
situation, his biological father did go on to get arrested multiple times, allegedly, for DV situations with other women, also fraud. So it kind of makes you wonder how much of the hereditary genes were in there, being fed by the narcissism, and by him getting into the system and rubbing elbows with maybe politicians and stuff, and finding a different way. I think it's a combination of all of it. But I cannot believe that this guy has been able to get away with as much as he's been able to get away with. People are convinced that this guy is a man named Nicholas.
This is a case of mistaken identity.
So you've never been to the United States?
No.
They ended up calling the police over there in Scotland, and when they came in to look at him, this is when they realized that not only did the tattoos look identical to this man who had passed away the year
Let me
prior,
see.
and
Can you hear me?
I'm still in shock.
US,
I'm all
You
right.
claimed in
More
court
shocked
you were
than hurt.
identified from tattoos.
That is not true. I've never been dead to anyone.
but that he also had a scar above his eyebrow, just like this guy, and his fingerprints matched.
Who are you?
I am Arthur Knight, and this is my wife, Miranda Knight. And unfortunately, there are those who would claim differently.
Are you
That is
Nicholas
completely
Alaverdian?
insane. Absolutely not.
So who is Nicholas and what did he do? Nicholas Alaverdian was born on July 11th of 1987 in Rhode Island. Nicholas's mom's name was Diana. In 1989, Diana finally mustered up the strength to leave Nicholas's father, Jack. However, it wasn't easy for her to leave him because not only did she have 2 children, she was pregnant with her 3rd. She filed for
I've got a
divorce,
vehicle here for
but she
towing.
also placed
Can you send a tow
restraining
truck to my
order
current location?
because she said that
Negative.
he would come after
Your
her
location
when
is
she was
currently
afraid.
unreachable.
Now she would
We'll
later
send one
move
as soon as
on
possible.
Hey there,
and
officer.
meet a new man. This guy's name was David Rossi.
Hey there.
David Rossi swooped in like Superman to save the day. He really tried to do everything that he could for Diana, and he even went as far as adopting her 3 children and giving Nicholas and his 2 younger siblings his last name. This is how Nicholas Alaverdian went to Nicholas Rossi, because he took his stepfather's last name. However, David Rossi would say that this was not no easy task. These kids were troublesome. I mean, they were wild. And Nicholas was allegedly the worst one of them all. This is when things get fuzzy of what is the truth or not. The way I'm seeing this is we're in this pattern with Nicholas, and he's young.
I've got a car here that needs towing. Can you send a record of my current location?
Understood. We're sending the closest transport to your location.
He can't talk his way out of things, maybe sue. And I'm starting to see a con artist being developed, in my opinion. But this is the thing, and I don't doubt that that happened. He said that everywhere he went, they either SA'd him, anything you can think of just about. Nicholas said it happened at every single place that he went. He was able to rub elbows with some politicians, and at just 14 years old, he was hired as a legislative page in the Rhode Island House of Representatives. Nicholas said that he informed lawmakers about his negative experience in the system, but he received no assistance. For somebody that had been through everything he'd been through, he sure wasn't scared to stand up and speak out what he would claim to be his truth. In 2008 is when Nicholas's legal troubles would start.
We need an
According
officer to
Sinclair
take care of a
Community
traffic
College
stop.
student, she
Can you
met
do it?
Nicholas on a campus in Ohio and had lunch with him. This young lady said that after she was finished eating with Nicholas, he asked her, "Do you mind if I walk you to your next class?" She said, "Sure, no problem." She thought he was a gentleman, and that was very nice of him. But
You're
instead
taking
of
too long.
Nicholas walking
Sending
her
another
to her
unit.
next class, she said that he took her through the basement, threw her against the wall, and began to measure himself. And this is when the charges were filed against him for SA. In 2012, while Nicholas was going
We
to another
require
college,
support.
he was
Who's
kicked
available?
out and didn't
I'll handle it.
graduate because he was withdrawn by the administration because the university learned of his he did not register when he was supposed to go to. And then in April of 2013,
Good to see you again,
Nicholas tried
officer.
to sue with that same community college.
There's an emergency.
Serious
Urgent response
life
I'll see to it.
false
Officer available?
allegations and claimed that he was deprived of a jury trial. This suit was dismissed by a judge. Former Rhode Island State Representative Brian described Nicholas as brilliant but dangerous, accusing him of having swindled a lot of people by persuading some Rhode Island lawmakers to give him money, but sometimes with threats of accusing them with the R word and assault, like basically saying that he would accuse them of it, give me money or I'm going to tell people that you did this. Nicholas didn't have any problem at seemingly like getting women. He had a problem keeping women. Okay, because in 2010 he actually got married. He was married for less than a year, I think a little bit over 6 months, and his wife divorced him and put a restraining order against him. Nicholas also got into trouble, and a warrant was put out for his arrest because he violated the protection order because he kept calling his ex-wife and basically stalking her. But I guess he decided to quit calling her then when he met a new woman, where he got married just a few years later in 2015. This was his second wife, and she wouldn't stay his wife for very long either because 7 months later, this woman filed for a divorce and a protection order again.
I have a
against
vehicle that
Nicholas.
needs
After
towing.
their divorce,
Can you send a
Nicholas
tow
failed
truck to my current
appear
location,
in
please?
order to pay her over
Your location is not
$7,000
currently
overdue
accessible.
spousal
We'll take
support
care of it in the
legal
next
fees.
24
so
hours.
instead, he just left the state that he was in, Ohio, and went back to Rhode Island. Then get this, y'all. In 2017, Nicholas was living with his friend in Providence, Rhode Island. This friend that allowed Nicholas to move in with him said that he refused to leave and that he was stealing his checks and cashing them. Nicholas eventually left the United States, and this is when he moved to South Bristol, England, with a woman named Miranda Knight. According to Miranda's brother, Nicholas dated Miranda in 2019, and they got married in early 2020. None of Nicholas's family or friends were present at the ceremony, and Nicholas allegedly never spoke about his family and told Miranda that he was from Dublin and was working in online marketing and public relations. This is when Nicholas allegedly became aware that the FBI was investigating him for fraud. His former foster mother, Sharon Lane, alleged that Nicholas opened 22 credit cards under her husband's name, racking up almost $200,000 in debt. According to Nicholas's former lawyer, Mr. Pine, Nicholas had moved to Ireland by late 2019, which would hinder any attempt at the FBI to have him arrested because
I have a vehicle that needs towing. Can you send a tow truck to my current location, please?
No
tow
truck is currently on hand. Send one to your location as soon as it's available.
In 2018, one of the Utah kits, originally from 2008, revealed to match Nicholas's DNA.
You took too long to get to the scene, officer. We're sending another unit.
A sealed arrest warrant. So because his DNA matched this previous SA, this is how they were able to really be like, okay, yeah.
Any officers available? We need assistance.
No matter what country he's in. But in January of 2020, Nicholas reported that he was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. It was said that Nicholas provided this information to multiple media outlets. Like, he wanted to make sure that was
This is
out there.
Patrol
And
4561.
then a person claiming to
I
be
can take that.
Nicholas's wife stated that his illness had lasted for months, and it included heart disease and multiple heart attacks. And according to Nicholas's family, so like his wife at the time, he passed away on February 29th. Nicholas's former father.
Dispatch here. We have an emergency. Any available officers, please respond.
Biological mother in July.
Copy that.
Who asked her to look into the reports of his death. When Sharon read the comments written in his obituary
Hi,
and
officer.
memorial, she was
Can you help me, please?
convinced that style of writing was Nicholas's. So she concluded that Nicholas had faked his own death. It goes on and on and on.
Hi, officer. Can you help me, please?
All this stuff. But Nicholas's alleged wife confirmed that no, the person that nobody's seen basically was.
Hey, officer. Help me out.
And then on February 22nd,
Excuse me, officer.
Sure. Let me check the map.
Sunday World reported that they were unable to find a death certificate for anyone under the name Nicholas in Ireland. But in reality, in 2021, Nicholas and this new woman that he moved to Gasflow.
That's unfortunate. I'll find someone who knows the city better.
Allegedly, Nicholas took on the name Arthur Knight. Then this brings us to the COVID situation, the tattoo situation, and Arthur Knight being in the hospital. This man even goes as far as some point to say that he believed that somebody came and tattooed these tattoos on his arms to match Nicholas's to set up Arthur for the crimes of Nicholas. I mean, this guy doesn't stop. True con artist. Now, even though Arthur had been arrested in the hospital, had a bail hearing there, he was getting bonded out, he was going back, he wasn't showing up at court, he was saying it was because he was sick. He was doing all these interviews with Dateline and stuff. And you guys, I'm just like watching this like, you really got to think you can get out of anything. And mind you, he was diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder at 12.
Hey,
So now
pull over
he's
your
on Dateline
vehicle.
doing
I want to
these
talk to you.
interviews. And you guys, when he tries to prove to the interviewer that he can't even stand up, I lost it.
People say that's not. Let me try to stand up. Let me try to stand up. Exactly. Exactly.
On November 11th of 2022, the judge ruled that the arrested man's identity is in fact Nicholas, basing his ruling on fingerprint, tattooed, and photographic evidence. On November 28th of 2022, the police in England confirmed that Nicholas was under investigation for an R-word there too. He is so dangerous. He's not just a con artist. Nicholas is currently in Scotland waiting to be extradited back to America. And I hope that this trial is televised, y'all, because this is going to be a whole show. And I'm trying to figure out about Miss Knight too, about Miss Miranda. I don't know her. I don't know what she went through, but I think she should be investigated. Now, when he was asked, why did you take your wife's last name versus her taking your last name, he said he really wanted to separate himself from his childhood. He had been through some things, and he just wanted to start over.
You're taking
fresh,
too long. Sending another unit.
Wonderful family, in love with his wife. He's doing great. This man's literally just gone all over the place, hurting everybody in his wake, and justice needs to be served.
We require support.
History,
Who's available?
Leave it to me.
I did not mention at the beginning that his father, even after like a restraining order situation, his biological father did go on to get arrested multiple times, allegedly for DV situations with other women, also fraud. So it kind of makes you wonder how much of the hereditary genes were in there, being fed by the narcissism, and by him getting into the system and rubbing elbows with maybe politicians and stuff, and finding a different way. I think it's a combination of all of it. But I cannot believe that this guy has been able to get away with as much as he's been able to get away with.
I am not Nicholas Alaverdi, and
I'm not allowed to shoot
know how to make this clear.
People are convinced that this
Sorry,
guy
don't
is a
follow me.
man named
Maybe
Nicholas.
I shall not just
This
shot.
is a case
it was too
of mistaken
far.
identity.
You say you've never been to the United States?
Never in my life.
They ended up calling the police over there in Scotland, and when they came in to look at him, this is when they realized that not only did the tattoos look identical to this man who had passed away the year prior and was a fugitive from the U.S.,
They claimed in court you were identified from tattoos.
That is not true. I've never been dead to anyone.
but that he also had a scar above his eyebrow, just like this guy, and his fingerprints matched.
Who are you?
I am Arthur Knight, and this is my wife, Miranda Knight. And unfortunately, there are those who would claim differently.
Are you
That is
Nicholas
completely insane.
Alaverdian?
Absolutely not.
So who is Nicholas and what did he do? Nicholas Alaverdian was born on July 11th of 1987 in Rhode Island. Nicholas's mom's name was Diana. In 1989, Diana finally mustered up the strength to leave Nicholas's father, Jack. However, it wasn't easy for her to leave him because not only did she have 2 children, but she was pregnant with her 3rd. She filed for a divorce, but she also placed a restraining order against Jack because she said that he would come after her and she was afraid. Now, she would later move on and meet a new man. This guy's name was David Rossi. David Rossi swooped in like Superman to save the day. He really tried to do everything that he could for Diana, and he even went as far as adopting her 3 children and giving Nicholas and his 2 younger siblings his last name. This is how Nicholas Alaverdian went to Nicholas Rossi, because he took his stepfather's last name. However, David Rossi would say that this was not no easy task. These kids were troublesome. I mean, they were wild. And Nicholas was allegedly the worst one of them all. This is when things get fuzzy of what is the truth or not. The way I'm seeing this is we're in this pattern with Nicholas, and he's young, okay? We're in this pattern of him getting in trouble all the way when he was little, to going into facilities, to trying to talk his way out of things. When he can't talk his way out of things, maybe sue. And I'm starting to see a con artist being developed in these patterns, in my opinion. But this is the thing, and I don't doubt that that happened. He said that everywhere he went, they SA'd him, they beat him, they stole anything you can think of. Just about Nicholas said it happened at every single place that he went. He was able to rub elbows with some politicians, and at just 14 years old, he was hired as a legislative page in the Rhode Island House of Representatives. Nicholas said that he informed lawmakers about his negative experience in the system, but he received no assistance. For somebody that had been through everything he'd been through, he sure wasn't scared to stand up and speak out what he would claim to be his truth. In 2008 is when Nicholas's legal troubles would start. According to a Sinclair Community College student, she met Nicholas on a campus in Ohio and had lunch with him. This young lady said that after she was finished eating with Nicholas, he asked her, "Do you mind if I walk you to your next class?" She said, "Sure, no problem." She thought he was a gentleman, and that was very nice of him. But instead of Nicholas walking her to her next class, she said that he took her through the basement, and this is where he pinned her against the wall and began to measure himself. And this is when the charges were filed against him for SA. In 2012, while Nicholas was going to another college, he was kicked out and didn't graduate.
Recently, we've been receiving a lot of complaints about cars driving too fast. Maybe you can pay special attention to speeders?
I can take that.
We require support. Who's available?
And then in
I'll
April
handle
of
it.
2013, Nicholas tried to sue that same community college for making serious life-altering false allegations, including claimed that he was deprived of a jury trial. This suit was dismissed by a judge. Former Rhode Island State Representative Ryan described Nicholas as brilliant but dangerous, accusing him of having swindled a lot of people by persuading some Rhode Island lawmakers to give him money, but sometimes with threats, accusing them with the R word assault, like basically saying, accuse them of it, give me money or I'm going to tell you. Nicholas didn't have any problem seemingly like getting women. He had a problem keeping women, okay? Because in 2010, he actually got married. He was married for less than a year, a little bit over 6 months, and his wife divorced him and put a restraining order against him. Nicholas also got into trouble, and the warrant was put out for him because he violated the protection order because he kept calling his ex-wife basically stalking her. But I guess he decided to quit calling her then when he met Cleveland, where he got married just a few years later in 2015. This was his second wife, and she wouldn't stay his wife for very long either, because 7 months later, this woman filed for a divorce and a protection order again against Nicholas.
I've arrived at the scene
After
of the
their
accident.
divorce, Nicholas failed to adhere to the judge's order to pay her over $7,000
There's an emergency.
overdue
Urgent
spousal
response
support
required.
legal fees.
Officers
I'm in the middle
available.
of
He just
resolving
left
something
the
else.
state that he was in, Ohio, and went back to Rhode Island. Then get this, y'all. In 2017, Nicholas was living with his friend in Providence, Rhode Island. The friend would later get a restraining order against Nicholas. This friend that allowed Nicholas to move in with him said that he refused to leave and that he was stealing his checks and cashing. Nicholas eventually left the United States, and this is when he moved to South Bristol, England, with a woman named Miranda.
Any officers available to transport an arrestee to the nearest police station?
Nicholas dated Miranda in 2019, and they got married in early 2020. None of Nicholas's family or friends were present at the ceremony, and Nicholas allegedly never spoke about his family and told Miranda that he was from Dublin and was working in online marketing and public relations. This is when Nicholas allegedly became aware that the FBI was investigating him for fraud. His former foster mother,
Let me know what you
Sharon
saw.
Lane,
I'm still in
alleged
shock.
that Nicholas
I need to
opened
get my head right.
22 credit cards under her husband's name, racking up almost $200,000.
I'll
in
take a
debt.
sample to
According
check if you've taken
Nicholas's
drugs
former
before
lawyer,
driving.
Mr. Khan, Nicholas had moved to Ireland by late 2019, which would hinder any attempt at the other guy to be arrested because the arrest would require international cooperation. And back in 2017,
I'm just
Utah
taking a sample to see if you've been drinking and driving.
Untested SA kits. In 2018, one of the Utah kits, originally from 2008, revealed to match Nicholas.
All right, you're free to go.
Investigation of a
All clear.
2008
You're free to go.
SA. A
Stay
field
safe and have a
arrest
great day.
warrant for Nicholas was issued in September of 2020. So because his DNA matched this previous SA, this is how they were able to really be like, okay, yep, we need to get him no matter what country he's in. But in January
Hey,
of 2020,
pull over to the side of the road.
reported that he was diagnosed with
Hey,
non-Hodgkin's
pull over to the
lymphoma.
side of the
They
road.
said that Nicholas provided this
Hey,
information to
pull over to the
multiple
side of the
media
road.
outlets. Like he wanted to make sure that that was out there. And Nicholas's wife stated that his illness
Hey,
had lasted
pull over your
for
vehicle.
months.
I want to talk to you.
Disease
Hey,
and multiple
pull over your vehicle. I want to talk to you.
He passed away on February 29, 2020. Nicholas's former foster mother, Sharon, said that she had been approached by Nicholas's
This is Patrol
biological
4561 taking care of the accident.
I had to pull you over because a background check.
No way. I'm pretty sure that...
Stop that requires taking care of.
Please step out of the vehicle.
That style of writing was Nicholas's, so she concluded that Nicholas.
I'm afraid I won't make it in time.
He goes on and on and on about what a wonderful person he was, and he did all this stuff. But Nicholas's alleged wife confirmed that no.
Support required.
no, the
Any
person
officers
that
available?
I'm focused
her
on another
basically
issue at the
was
moment.
Because she was staying low. He didn't fake his own death. We were there. We saw his ashes get spread at sea. And then on February 22nd of 2021, Irish
License and
newspaper
registration plate?
Sunday World reported that they were unable
Yes,
to
off.
find a death certificate for anyone under the name Nicholas in Ireland. But in reality, in 2021, Nicholas and this new woman that he was with moved to Gasglow,
Convicted
Scotland,
DUI
and this is when
cannabis
allegedly
issued ticket
Nicholas
parking
took on the
on that
name
taxi
Arthur night.
Verbal
Then
warning
this
sign
brings
with
us
broken
to the COVID
windshield,
situation,
convicted,
the
insurance
tattoo
fraud,
situation,
convicted,
and Arthur Knight being in the
death.
hospital. This man even goes as far at some point to say that he believed that somebody came and tattooed these tattoos on his arms to match Nicholas's to set up Arthur for the crimes of Nicholas. I mean, this guy doesn't stop. True con artist. Now, even though Arthur had been arrested in the hospital, had a bail hearing there, he was getting bonded out, he was going back, he wasn't showing up to court, he was saying it was because he was sick. He
Let
was
me
doing
pat
all
you
these
down in case-
interviews with Dateline and stuff. And you guys, I'm just like watching this like, you really got to think you can get out of anything. And mind you, he was diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder at 12. So now he's on Dateline doing these interviews, and you guys, when he tries to prove to the interviewer that he can't even stand up, I lost it.
People say that's wrong. Let me try to stand up. Let me try to stand up. Exactly.
On November
You're
11th
under
of
arrest for-
2022,
That can't
the
be
judge
true.
ruled that the arrested man's identity is in fact Nicholas, basing his ruling on fingerprint, tattooed, and photographic evidence. On November 28th, 2022, the police in England confirmed that Nicholas
I need backup
was
to take a
under
subject into-
investigation.
Understood. The closest available unit will be dispatched to your
So
location.
He's not just a con artist. Nicholas is currently in Scotland waiting to be extradited back to America.
I've got a
And I
vehicle here for
hope
towing.
that
Can you
this
send a tow truck
trial
to my current location?
is this gonna be a
Understood. The
whole
closest available unit will be dispatched to your location.
About Miss Miranda, I don't know her. I don't know what she went through, but I think she should be investigated. Now, when he was asked why
Tell me what you
did
saw.
take your
I'm
wife's
so-
last name versus her taking your last name, he said he really wanted to separate himself from his
I'm just
childhood.
collecting a
He had
sample
been
to see
through
if you
some
used any
things.
drugs while
He just
driving.
wanted to start over fresh. According to Arthur, he had a wonderful family, in love with his wife. He was doing great. This man's literally just gone all over the place, hurting everybody in his wake, and justice needs
All right.
to be served.
I'm just
When I
collecting
look
a
at
sample
his
to check
father's
if you've had any
history, and
alcohol
that's
while
something I
driving.
did not mention at the beginning of this. His biological father did go on to get arrested multiple times, allegedly. For
Let me see your
previous
ID.
Situations with other women, also.
Sure,
fraud.
officer. Here you
So
go.
It kind of makes you wonder how much of the hereditary genes were in there, being fed by the narcissism, and by him getting into the system and rubbing elbows with maybe politicians and stuff, and finding a different way. I think it's a combination of all of it. But I cannot believe that this guy has been able to get away with as much as he's been able to get away with.
Let me frisk you for any illegal...
I am not Nicholas. I do not know how to make this work.
People are convinced.
Let me have a
that
look at your
this
ID.
guy is a man named Nicholas.
This is a case of mistaken identity.
You say you've never been to the United States?
Never in my life.
They ended up calling the police over there in Scotland, and when they came in to look at him,
I have
this
to
is when
search
they
you.
realized that not only did the tattoos look identical to this man who had passed away the year prior and was a fugitive from the U.S.,
They claimed in court you identified from tattoos.
That is not true. I've never been dead to anyone.
but that he also had a scar above his eyebrow, just like this guy, and his fingerprints. Who are you?
I am Arthur Knight, and this is my wife, Miranda Knight. And unfortunately, there are those who would claim differently.
Are you
That is
Nicholas
completely
Alaverdian?
insane. Absolutely not.
So
You're
who
under
is
arrest for
Nicholas
carrying a
and
gun
what's-
without a
Nicholas
valid permit.
Alaverdian was
Please
born on
move to the
July
sidewalk.
11th of
That can't be
1987
true!
In Rhode Island. Nicholas's mom's name was Diana. In 1989, Diana finally mustered up the strength to leave Nicholas's father.
Here's your accident.
That will be
However,
very
it wasn't
helpful.
easy
Thank
for her to leave him because not only did she have 2 children, but
I
she
need
was
backup to
pregnant
take a sub-
with the third. She filed for a divorce.
Understood. The
Also
closest
posted a
available unit will be
restraining
dispatched to your
order
location.
against Jack because she said that he would come after her and she was afraid. Now she would later move on and meet a new man. This guy's name was David Rossi. David Rossi.
I've got a vehicle here for
swooped in
towing.
like
Can you send a
Superman
tow truck to
save
my
the
current
day.
location?
He really tried to do everything that he could.
Tow
for
truck will be
Diana,
at your
and
location
he
shortly.
went as far as adopting her 3 children and giving
Hey, partner.
Nicholas and
I'll
his
take
2
care of the
younger
suspect.
siblings his last name. This is how Nicholas Alaverdian went to Nicholas Rossi because he
I
took
have
his
to.
stepfather's last name. However, David Rossi would say that this was not no easy task. These kids were troublesome. I mean, they were wild. And Nicholas was allegedly the worst one of them all. This is when things get fuzzy of what is the truth or not. The way I'm seeing this is we're in this pattern with Nicholas, and he's young. Okay, we're in this pattern of him getting in trouble all the way when he was little, to going into facilities, to trying to talk his way out of things. When he can't talk his way out of things, he maybe sue. And I'm starting to see a con artist being developed in these patterns, in my opinion. But this is the thing, and I don't doubt that
We need an officer to take care of a traffic stop. Can you do it?
Returning to there is one in custody.
anything you can think of is about Nicholas said it happened.
I'm on my way.
Place that he was able to rub elbows with some politicians, and at just 14 years old, he was hired as a legislative page on the Rhode Island House of Representatives. Nicholas said that he informed lawmakers about his negative experience in the system, but he received no assistance. For somebody that had been through everything he'd been through, he sure wasn't scared to stand up and speak out what people claimed to be his truth. In 2008 was when Nicholas's legal troubles would start. According to a Sinclair Community College student, she met Nicholas on campus in Ohio and had lunch with him. This young lady said that after she was finished meeting with Nicholas, he asked her, "Do you mind if I walk you?" She said, "Sure, no problem." She thought he was a gentleman, and that was very nice. But instead of Nicholas walking her to her next class, she said that he took her through the basement. This is when he put her against the wall and began to. And this is when the charges were filed against him in 2012, while Nicholas was going to another college. He was kicked out and didn't graduate because he was withdrawn by the administration because the university learned of his S-offender status and he was not registered. And then in April of 2013, Nicholas tried to sue that same community college for making serious, life-altering false allegations and claimed that he was deprived of a jury trial.
This is Patrol 4561. I'll handle the accident.
State Representative Ryan described Nicholas as brilliant but dangerous, accusing him of having swindled a lot of people by persuading Rhode Island lawmakers to give him money, but sometimes with threats, accusing them with the R word and assault. Could be related. Accuse them of it. Give me money or I'm going to tell people that
We have an arrestee that needs to be transported to the nearest precinct. Is the unit available?
Okay, because in 2010 he actually got married.
I'm at the traffic stop now. I'll handle
less
it.
than a year, I think a little bit over 6 months. Divorced him, put a restraining This was his second wife. She wouldn't stay his wife very long either because 7 months later, this woman filed for a divorce and a protection order again against Nicholas. After their divorce, Nicholas failed to adhere to the judge's order to pay her over $7,000 in overdue spousal support and legal fees.
Backup requested to take a suspect into custody. I repeat, backup requested. I shall.
Copy that. The nearest available unit will be sent to your current location.
Nicholas was living with his friend in Providence, Rhode Island. The friend would later get a restraining order
Stopping
against
suspicious vehicle.
Nicholas. This friend that allowed Nicholas to move in with him said that he refused to leave and that he was stealing his checks and cash. Nicholas eventually left the United States. This is when he moved to South Bristol, England, with a woman named Miranda Knight. According to Miranda's brother, Nicholas dated Miranda in 2019, and they got married in 2020. None of Nicholas's family or friends were present at the ceremony, and Nicholas allegedly never spoke about his family and told
I've
Miranda
arrived at
that
the
he was
scene and will
conducting
begin processing the evidence.
online marketing. This is when Nicholas allegedly became aware that the FBI was investigating him for fraud. His former foster mother, Sharon Lane, alleged that Nicholas opened 22 credit cards under her husband's name, racking up almost $200,000 in debt. According to Nicholas's former lawyer, Mr. Pine, Nicholas had moved to Ireland by late 2019, which would hinder any attempt of the FBI to have him arrested because the arrest was international cooperation. And back in 2017, Utah investigators began processing a backlog of untested SA kits.
Tell me what you saw.
That person crossed
One
the
of
street
Utah
carelessly.
kits, originally from 2008, revealed to match Nicholas's DNA from an investigation of a 2008 SA. A sealed arrest warrant for Nicholas was issued in September of 2020. So because his DNA matched this previous SA, this is how they were able to really be like, okay, yep, we need to get him no matter what country he's in. But in January of 2020, Nicholas reported that he was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. It is said that Nicholas provided this information to multiple media outlets. Like, he wanted to make sure that that was out there. And then a person claiming to be Nicholas's wife stated that his illness had lasted for months and it included heart disease.
Let me hear what you saw.
Sorry, officer. I was inside the store when I heard the crash.
His wife at the time, he passed away on February 29th of 2020.
Tell me what you saw.
Nicholas's former
I didn't really
foster
see
mother,
what
Sharon,
happened.
Said that she had been approached by Nicholas's biological mother in July of
Tell me what you saw.
2020, who asked
This
her to
person
look into
was
the reports of
jaywalking.
his death. When Sharon read the comments written in his obituary and memorials, she was convinced that that style of writing
All right.
was
I'm just
Nicholas's,
collecting a
so
sample
she
to check if you've
concluded
had any
that
alcohol while
Nicholas
driving.
was it goes on and on and on about what a wonderful person he was and he did all this stuff. But Nicholas's alleged wife
I'm just collecting a
confirms that
sample to see if you used any
the
drugs while
person that
driving.
Nobody's seen her face and knew who she was because she was staying low. He didn't fake his own death. We were there. We saw his ashes get spread at sea. And then on February 22nd of 2021,
I need to see your ID and-
an Irish newspaper, Sunday World,
Sure, officer.
reported that
Here you go.
it was the final death certificate for anyone named Nicholas in Ireland. But in reality, in 2021, Nicholas and this new woman that he was with moved to Glasgow, Scotland, and this is when allegedly Nicholas took on the name Arthur Knight. Then this brings us to the COVID situation, the tattoo situation, and Arthur Knight being in the hospital. This man even goes as far as some to say that he believed that somebody came and tattooed
You're
these
being
tattoos
arrested for
on his
DUI.
arms
Please
to
cooperate.
match
What?
Nicholas's
No, this
to
is-
set up Arthur for the crimes of Nicholas. I mean, this guy doesn't stop. True con artist. Now, even though Arthur had been arrested in the hospital, had a bail hearing there, and he was getting bonded out, and he was going back, he wasn't showing up to court, and he was saying it was because he was sick. He was doing all these interviews with David Knight. And you guys, I'm just like watching this guy. You really got to think you can get out of anything. And mind you, he was taking mostly narcissistic well. So now he's on Dateline doing these interviews, and you guys, when he tries to prove to the interviewer that he can't even stand up, I lost it.
People say that's not. Let me try to stand up. Let me try to stand up. Exactly. Exactly.
I have a car here that needs towing. Please send a tow truck to my current location.
Man's identity.
Copy that.
is,
The nearest
in fact,
available unit will be sent to your current
Basing
location.
his ruling on fingerprint, tattooed, and photographic
I have a person who's been
evidence.
injured,
On November
requesting an-
28th of 2022, the police in England confirmed that Nicholas was under investigation for an R word there too. He is so dangerous. He's not just a con artist. Nicholas is currently in Scotland waiting to be This is going to be a whole show. And I'm trying to figure out about Miss Knight too.
TikTok pays you $8 for every video you watch in the bot.
Doing my taxes.
Oh yeah, fuck that, man. I can't imagine.
Yeah. You done yours yet this year?
Let's start.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Yes. Yes. Oh. Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, no, Mama.
Let's start.
Oh, du diamant! Ok, j'ai une idée. Hop, si je casse ici, ce que je vais faire, les gars, c'est que je vais foutre de la lave juste en dessous du diamant, comme ça. Bam! Ensuite, après, on recouvre tout. Hop. comme ça. Bam. Ensuite, après, on recouvre tout. Hop. Hop, hop. Il va miner le diamant, il va tomber dans la lave. Ça va être le meilleur prank ever. Eh, Brice, let's go miner du diamant?
Ouais, bah, let's go, frérot, faut en trouver, hein.
Oh, mec, la coïncidence, y'en a un là?
Oh, bah, vas-y, frérot, tu peux le miner. Tu as trouvé, je te le laisse.
Non, vas-y, prends-le, en vrai, y'en a qu'un.
T'es sûr?
Ouais, ouais, vas-y.
Ok. Oh, il y en a deux. T'aurais dû le prendre, frérot. Oh, what?
Quoi?
Wesh! Oh, c'est incroyable!
Quoi?
Mais attends, j'ai jamais vu ça de ma vie! J'ai jamais vu ça de ma vie! Bah, du coup, je me.
Oh, they're so hungry. Give them that shit.
This fish tries to kill everything.
Let's not have time for dancing.
And why have you been saying it all day? I don't know.
I'm just taking a sample. I'll take a sip. You've committed a violation by driving under the influence of narcotics. You're being arrested. Please move onto the sidewalk.
No, don't. Please,
I've got a vehicle here for towing. Can you send a tow truck to my current location?
Understood.
Please
The
take your
closest
accident
available unit will
report.
be dispatched to your location.
I need some backup here to take a suspect into custody.
Understood. We're sending the closest transport to your location. Is a unit available to transport an arrestee to the nearest precinct?
Okay.
There's almost...
Consider it done. Backup requested to take a suspect.
Copy that. The nearest available unit will be sent to your current location.
I need to be cooperative and follow me to the patrol car. I have no choice.
Can you send a tow truck to my current location? I have a vehicle here that needs towing.
No tow truck is currently on hand. We'll send one to your location as soon as it's available.
Hey, partner. I have a foot patrol shift today. I'll let you take care of the suspect. Thanks for the
Dispatch here. We
support.
have an emergency.
I need backup
Any
to take a
available officers, please respond.
Copy that.
Understood. We're sending the closest transport to your location.
I've arrived on site. I'll start clearing up the accident. Tell me what you saw.
No, I just saw the accident after.
Can you tell me what you saw?
I'm still recovering from.
Can you tell me what you saw?
I don't understand.
Can you tell me what you saw?
I don't understand.
Please allow me to collect a sample to see if you're under the influence.
I need to hear something. I need sound. I cannot just.
So, once we were home, I had to prep for the 18-mile run I was supposed to do the next morning. Luckily, I had a bunch of rice and beans also left over from Hallbox the day before. I was saving this for this exact purpose. How safe this is.
I have to arrest you for.
You're a terrible cop.
Of this and put it in my vest. So I packed little baggies of rice and beans and froze them overnight, so that during my run, they
Please show me your license.
Yes, officer.
Throughout the run, I called them ricicles.
Guess what? I got another secret weapon for tomorrow. 2 saltines from Hallbox. Those are going in the vest. I'm giving myself some electrolytes too. I don't think that's technically food, right? I think it's cool. I'm pretty sure I read electrolytes. If at any point you're at risk of dying. Alright, we're prepped. You're gonna have to eat a decent amount tomorrow morning, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Good night. See you tomorrow.
I will proceed.
It's 5:50 a.m. Time for some rice and some chicken.
Day 6 started at about 5:30 a.m. I ate some rice from Hallbox and some mashed potatoes and chicken from Citron. Then it was time for my run.
6:30 a.m. now. Let's get started. My ricicles. A name I just invented. Got my ricicles. Got my electrolytes. My belly's full of chicken and mashed potatoes and rice and beans. Like, we're good. This is gonna be no problem. It's gonna be easy. Hour, 2 minutes, 7 miles in.
The rice and bean bags worked perfectly. I mean, it wasn't the most pleasant thing to eat while you're running 18 miles, but it worked. I did 18 miles at like 8:30 pace. It was a great run.
Let me pat you down.
Power. All right, I'm finished. 18 miles, 8:33 pace, 2 hours. So important for like how you feel during these. It's either hell or it's like fun. I don't know why I was worried though. I was thinking about it just now. I was like, rice and beans is like the cleanest shit you can possibly eat. Straight from the earth. I don't know why I was like, oh, I need my synthetic chemical-filled energy gels, otherwise I won't make it.
Maybe I did need the gels though, because I finished the run and then I vomited afterwards. After a nap, I ate some leftover chicken. I might try and take a second nap. This is what we do while the baby's sleeping. We hole up in our room, close the curtains, and all the shades. Yeah, it's Saturday midday, and we're just like
eating dirty chicken.
eating dirty chicken bed.
Mashers.
Keep going, but something else. Something else might happen. And then it was time for technically the nicest dinner we had planned all week. Providence in Hollywood. It has
I'm just taking a sample to see if you've been drinking and driving.
On Earth, Kelsey and I had never had a 3-star Michelin meal before, so we were excited to see like how it compared to everything else we had experienced that week.
Okay, we're in the car.
You'll take a test to see if you've been driving. Show me your license and...
Okay, officer. There you go.
What did you say? I was trying to say 96. Like I thought we were gonna start from where we messed up, but I just kind of said. Okay, bye.
And well, it was. Let's Google another word.
Put your hands up slowly.
It was transcendent. The restaurant was aesthetically gorgeous. It was so also a reminder of how expensive it probably was going to be. The area in which it stood out the most to me was the service. Up in that bitch. Everyone was just so charming. Again, the food was incredible and beautiful, and everything had a story and a meaning. Food at that level really is, it's art. I know you hear that on TV and stuff, but it really is. Like, every dish is an art piece in the way that you can just tell how much effort went into it, just from conception all the way to the presentation. We had these spot prawns that they had in a
I have to arrest you. Oh, come on. You must be kidding me.
400-degree salt and put them on a cart and then wheel them out to your table, and they cook on the way to your table. And they cut them right there and put them on the plate, which actually was kind of gnarly because it was like shrimp brains.
I just need to collect a sample to see if you're under the influence of any illegal...
Not ballsy enough to try those. I feel like we should, though.
Okay, let's just...
We talked with the owner. We got to go into the kitchen after and meet the head chef and the chef de cuisine. There were like 50 people just working in silence with little tweezers placing edible flowers.
I have to
on
arrest
dishes
you
with
for driving under the
ridiculous
influence of
accuracy.
narcotics.
It was like watching,
Please cooperate and
some,
step
like,
to the
an early
sidewalk.
episode of The Bear or
What?
something. I kept thinking if I like bumped into somebody or something, I would just like be berated by one of the head guys there.
I need to do a search on you to see if you're...
You know, you are nothing. You are nothing. You couldn't even eat the brains of the shrimp, you pathetic excuse for a patron. You call yourself a foodie? You are nothing. No, everyone we met was super nice. Really, like, just genuinely so nice. One of
Let
the
me see your
desserts we
ID.
had was a chocolate cake of sorts, and the
Sure,
waiter
officer.
told us that during COVID, the pastry chef started traveling somewhere, importing cocoa beans. Then he built a machine to process the cocoa beans so he could make his own chocolate. And now they have a chocolate making room in the restaurant. That's the kind of detail I'm talking about.
This is chocolate tea. Not hot chocolate, chocolate tea. We need to meet this man who makes this chocolate. They got Willy Wonka trapped in a fucking room.
I have to arrest you for carrying a weapon without a valid permit. It's against the law. Please step to the sidewalk.
Please.
Came to the table. First of all, like, they felt like more than waiters. Like, they like all felt like managers. And then they like all knew so much about the food and like just like the knowledge that every single person working there, every single person that came to the table, even the valet guy was like, "What was your favorite thing?"
I have a person who's been in...
Yeah, that's new on the menu. Like, he knew. Like, everyone was just fucking locked in, you know?
Backup requested to...
Copy that. The nearest available unit will be sent to your current location.
Yeah. I'm so hungry. I could eat.
I'll soon be at your location. I just parked nearby. All right, partner. I'll go ahead and take the suspect into custody.
Here's your accident report.
Seems okay.
No choice.
I need backup to take a...
Understood. The closest available unit will be dispatched to your location.
Okay, here...
Thank you, officer.
I need some backup here to take a suspect into custody.
Understood.
Please cooperate and
We're
come with
sending
me
the
to the
closest
patrol car.
transport to your location.
At your service, officer.
Stop. Anyway. I mean, it's absolutely
All right.
amazing. Like,
What do we got here?
Can you hear me? It hurts, but I don't think I'm badly injured.
That's good.
All right, day 7.
Hey, partner. I'll take the...
Pretty happy it's the final day of this. I just feel like an absolute glutton. I just want to eat eggs.
At your service,
One
officer.
jammy egg would just hit tremendously hard right now. Family walk, take a coffee, my seconds of the day, which is the maximum I'm allowed to have, unless I'm really tired.
But I thought it was like coffee.
Who said that was a rule?
I thought you said that was.
I didn't say that was a rule.
Oh, okay.
Did I?
I'm
Because if so, I think the rule just changed.
Ah.
On the last day, day 7, you actually...
I have a car here that needs towing. Please send a tow truck to my current location.
11 a.m. Your location is not currently accessible.
I have a car here that needs towing. Please send a tow truck to my current location.
A wrecker will be there in a couple of minutes.
Why'd I have it?
For dinner on the final night, we went to...
Cancel the tow truck. It's no longer necessary, thank you.
Understood. Tow truck canceled.
I've got a vehicle here for towing. Can you send a tow truck to my current location?
Tow truck will arrive at your location shortly, officer.
Yeah, it's a steakhouse. It has 1 Michelin star. It's pathetic. I'm really excited. It's like a steak meat-centered restaurant. I feel like we've had a lot of seafood this week, so I'm pretty pumped for something.
I mean, it's been an amazing experience.
It really has. It's been pretty incredible. So, yeah, we got about 30 minutes left of this drive. Oh, do you want some of the beer on the wall song?
Oh my god. That's a good idea.
And I kind of thought, okay, last night, this will be uneventful. Hopefully it'll be much less expensive than the previous night, and food will be great, we'll enjoy, and then we'll wrap up this dumb challenge. And boy, was I wrong. We got seated at the chef's counter, which was a counter facing the kitchen, so we could see everything that was going on. Right away, I recognized the head guy, the guy that owns the place, from like many cooking / restaurant shows I've watched. So I'm like starstruck right away. I'm like, I know that guy. He's good. And I'm like, I've seen this place in shows before. So I'm kind of freaking out, right? We had these amazing cocktails. We got this crab dip with this fresh bread, pita bread. No, it wasn't pita. It was thick. It was so good. It was one of the best things I think I've ever eaten, honestly. They let us pick out the steak knife that we were going to use to cut our steak that also had GPS chips in them so you couldn't steal them. They told us that. I didn't like look it up, but it wasn't like, can I steal these fucking things? And then we're waiting for our entrees, right? There's a guy whose job it is to stand in between the kitchen and the waiters to make sure all the orders are coming out correctly and they go out on time. And he kept yelling out our order. You know, it was 2 steaks, the temperatures that we ordered them, and the chefs would yell back how much longer. And so we're watching this whole thing happen, and then we finally see our order get plated, and then it was given to the waiter, and then we watch it come around, go behind us, and off into the distance. We were like, maybe that wasn't ours. 2 people ordered the exact same thing as us. I don't know the odds of that, but maybe it was not. And then the guy just stopped yelling our order. So we were like, no, that was definitely...
We have a traffic stop that needs to be handled.
Understood. I'll take care of it.
No, this one's supposed to be that. No, this one's supposed to be something else. And he realizes his mistake. We're watching him realize his mistake. And then we watched the head guy realize that he realized his own mistake. And then he was like, what's going on? And the guy's like...
Is a unit available to transport an arrestee to the nearest precinct?
Speak up. We're like, whoa. Shit's getting heated.
I'll manage it.
Sent that order to the wrong table, and then chaos ensues. They're trying to figure out what to do, because not only do we not have our order, but another table is eating the wrong steaks. It was like watching one of the many cooking shows I've watched on TV in real life, right in front of us. Like, we didn't really give a fuck. People make mistakes. I really didn't really give a fuck. But they were stressing, trying to figure out what to do. They watched the head guy talk to the waiter, who talked to the floor manager, who came over to us and offered his apologies. And then the owner of the restaurant talked to us, gave us some free lamb ribs. Because they I'll tell you guys later. Also, I love your work, by the way. And all the food was amazing. The steaks were incredible. And $176.
It was honestly great. Really good experience. I loved where we were sitting. The food was delicious. The potatoes that we got every week was phenomenal.
Okay, I hereby declare this challenge over. Time for Love Island. And I will film a conclusion to this video separately, which you'll see right now. I started the challenge at 173.4 pounds and ended the challenge at 170.1 pounds, which means I lost 3 pounds. An amazingly lavish, delicious, hedonistic week.
Can you tell me what you saw?
LA's
I think that person is
best
drunk.
for every
No
single
one sober
meal.
would
I would
drive
lie
like
if I
that.
said I didn't have a great fucking time shooting this video. I feel extremely lucky that we are fortunate
I'm just
enough
collecting a sample to see if you used any drugs while driving.
that, please. Was it a ridiculous way to spend money? Yes. Did we have a great fucking time? Also, yes. Are these supposed to be special experiences that lose their luster if you do them every single day? Yes, definitely. All in all, I spent $4,432. And
All right.
also matched that
I'm
amount
just collecting.
Donated it to the Hollywood Food Coalition, which actively feeds LA communities and also connects surplus food supplies to people in need. Because I don't know, just felt like the right thing to do after doing that for a week. Thank you to my wife Kelsey for joining me for these excursions.
Can you tell me what you saw?
I might have driven badly. I'm sorry.
Hopefully not as expensive. Please let me know if you have been to any of these places and what you thought, and if you do go to these places in the future, make sure you get the caviar. It is divine. Bye.
Please allow me to collect a sample to see if you're under the influence of any drugs. Here's your accident report.
Thank you so much.
If you talk to the group, he's saying like, oh yeah, he's going back for you, and she's crying, so you can't talk to her. It's smelling like he might be, I don't know, it's fishy. Something's going on. But I closed doors. Anyway, why
You're
is
under
that?
arrest for
You are
DUI.
That can't be true!
Rights to reach out to the bride to find out his
Assistance is requested for an emergency. Please respond.
Sorry, I am busy with something else.
smooth things over with her. Yeah, what if she's not even jealous at all? What if this is
I need backup to take a subject.
Understood. The closest available unit will be dispatched to your location.
No, although I sincerely hope I'm wrong. You don't need his permission to speak to the bride, and it could at least clear air prior to
Please cooperate peacefully while I take a sample to...
be able to be around these people again without there being some kind of animosity. And if they're all that important to him, how long will your relationship last when you can't be a part of the social group?
Put your hands up slowly.
OP says, I know I don't need permission to reach out to the bride myself, but he's made it clear that now's not the time. Like,
Please do not resist and come with me to the patrol car.
If I have
I'll probably reach out
to.
to the bride in a week or so to get some clarification myself. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. It was really important for me that my boyfriend got along with my friend group, and they welcomed him with gracious open arms. I unfortunately did not get the same from his. OP responds to a comment about her priorities on the relationship. Next, OP says, you may be right on that one, and it sucks
Please
to
show
know
me
that
your
I
ID.
prioritize or value our relationship higher than he does.
Here you go,
Even
Off.
though we are not married, I feel that I go about the relationship with the same respect as if we were. The respect definitely doesn't feel reciprocated. Oh, I've been there. I've been there multiple times. Get out, dude. Yeah, it's just weird. I don't like it. It's just weird telephone boyfriend not letting you talk to people. I don't like it. Another commenter said, 8 months in and I'm not bending over backwards to be the big person to any of these grown-ass adults and their dramatic whisper networks.
Your
money back
shift
and
is
make a
over,
clean break
officer.
from all these people. Just because you speed run moving in together and had serious chats about future marriage plans doesn't mean you have to see those plans through when shit gets this squirrely with this entire friend group.
I have to
whose
arrest-
feelings
You're a
or
terrible
senses
cop.
is over his purported life partners to be. Sorry, that was great. It's just weird. Like at first I was like, I get that he wants to.
Show me your ID and...
Yeah, I'm sticking my guns. I think
Sure, officer. Here you go.
Another commenter said, yep, Thank them for giving you a glimpse into the rest of your life. This is a test. OP, I know this isn't the original post law. Another commenter said, were I in OP's shoes, my significant other would definitely return from the wedding to find that I moved out and blocked their number. I love how vindictive Redditors are. But yeah, you just think about it. It's like, whoa, why are we getting so crazy about this? The resort thing was great, and if he agreed to that, I'd be like, all right, whatever. But it still feels weird because it's like his friend group, and what are you supposed to just never talk to anybody in his friend group again? It's just very strange. Go on a different trip with your friends, okay? Go on a trip with your friends to the wedding, crash the wedding, all right? Crash the wedding, steal cake, put the cake in ex-boyfriend's face, okay? That's what I think now. Wow, what a roller coaster. I know we only did 2, but that's a long one. Let me know what you guys think. Jeez Louise. It was a good one, though. I like that. Phew. And my gas is gone. I feel good. It doesn't feel like knives are in my chest anymore. This is great. All right, well, that's it.
Am I the a-hole for being upset with my $150 engagement ring? From what I gather, OOP's boyfriend, who is quite well off, got her $150 engagement ring. And the reason why is, quote unquote, shocking.
I feel like we're in the cheap seats here.
This was originally posted in the Am I the A-hole subreddit by user Bow Down Please. My fiance is quite well off, and while I don't make as much money as him, I certainly would not be struggling on my own. He rotates between a very few expensive watches that he wears to work, and while we have a good grasp on financial literacy, we aren't shy about spending on the important parts of life. Okay, interesting. So he's got a little Rolex action, some Patek Philippe, if you will. So he understands the importance, or I guess not importance to some people, but he likes to show off, and he spends his money on showing off. We openly share finances, so I know he isn't secretly in debt or any such nonsense. Ugh, I didn't do a burger check. See? You see me doing it? You see me doing it. Oh, God. There's one. The ring is nice and understated, but it's more of a nice stacker than an engagement ring to show off. So those of you who don't know what a stacker is, like sometimes you see me wear like multiple rings on one finger, and you can kind of like design them and like stack them in different ways, different combinations. Kind of like this, okay? Like I don't necessarily like this stack, but there's like, you know, this is cool. Like I like that. That's very like understated. So she's saying that it's more of like a diamond that like isn't the main event. You know, it's something that you stack with like a bigger.
I have to arrest you for carrying a fake ID. Please step to the sidewalk.
Please.
No. Small. It's not an heirloom.
It's too small.
Okay. When friends or family get engaged, there's always the excitement sharing the news, and inevitably someone will ask to see the ring. And then everyone coos over it, and it's a good time. It is quite fun. It's quite fun. I do enjoy that part of getting engaged. Because it's not only like a really pretty ring that shows how much your husband has thought of you, whether you were involved in the process or not. It's kind of just like, it's kind of like the pebble in the penguin, right? Like the penguin gives another penguin a pebble. And it means a lot because it shows how much he listened to you, how much he values you. I think the general rule of thumb is 2 months of salary spent on a ring.
In this economy?
Obviously, it's a part of it, right? And people are going to ask. And
I'm taking these cuffs off.
Thank you.
It's not that impressive. It's gonna be like a,
Oh, that's really sweet. Oh, that's lovely.
And they'll inevitably be like some passive aggressive, like,
oh, is that an heirloom? That's very.
You're under arrest.
So
that
wearable.
can't be true.
It's so wearable, you know. Big diamonds are just, they're such a gimmick.
And they kind of are. Realistically, they are, but they're also kind of. Hey everybody, welcome back. Am I the a-hole for hating my engagement
I need backup to take it.
Understood. The closest available unit will be dispatched to your location.
This is the spicy one. All right, I actually.
Who is the person with that?
Actually have like a few different stories for this that I thought were just peachy. Let's start with the story from the Charlotte Dobre YouTube subreddit.
Tell me what you saw.
I'm still in shock. I need to get my head right.
Thanks for sharing, madam.
You'll take a test to see if you
got engaged to my fiance, 30 male, after 2 years of dating and 15 years of knowing each other. He's super sweet, kind, supportive, and very family-oriented.
Please
His
cooperate.
parents love me, and my parents love him. There was absolutely no drama in our relationship until now. I knew that he'd been looking to settle down and be married, and he knew I was too. We kind of just have always known, even for those 15 years.
Let me have a
this
look
was
at your
gonna
leg.
happen. Hard to fight the gut feeling. Because we were
Here you
talking
go,
so much about
officer.
getting married, he wanted to take me engagement ring browsing so that he could see what styles I liked and didn't like. Okay, so wait. But that's good then, you showed him what you like. When we went, I suggested we go to an outlet jewelry shop because I know he wouldn't want to spend a fortune on it and I didn't want anything super expensive or extravagant either. Ooh, yes. I love that for you. Don't gotta spend a fortune on an engagement ring, but I would argue that like the engagement ring has to be something that you're not gonna get tired of. Like it has to be timeless, it has to like really speak to you. People are picky about jewelry, man. Simple is usually better if you're just gonna go ahead and get someone something, but it's always good
Please
to, like,
cooperate
take
for
her
a
shopping.
Get in, loser. We're going shopping.
Or like a little send a little DM, you know? Oh, I like this. Is nice, pretty. The one and only rule I told him was I only wanted traditional diamonds. No offense to those who like more colorful rings, but I prefer to be a little more traditional.
I like my yellow diamond. It's happy. It looks like champagne.
I put on many
I have to
rings that were
arrest
very
you
similar,
for
just
carrying.
one simple
You've gotta be
diamond and
kidding
a
me!
Seems pretty reasonable, honestly. I tried to try on ones that were no more than $1,000. I thought that was generally reasonable. Twas. I agree with you. Months later, he proposes, and I start to cry from the joy. And after I say yes, he opens the box.
Kindly
And in the
cooperate.
box was a small, greenish, brownish colored diamond with extremely tiny traditional diamonds around it. A greeny brownie diamond.
I'll just leave you with a verbal warning this time.
Many thanks, officer.
Depends on what kind of greeny brownie. I was disappointed, but I put on a fake smile and tried to erase it from my mind so I could let the excitement of the moment
Here's your
continue.
accident
After about maybe 30 minutes, I went ahead and asked about the ring. I asked about what kind of diamond.
Backup
it was.
requested
He
to
said it
take.
was called a moss diamond.
No choice.
Understood. The closest available unit will be dispatched to your location.
Was my favorite color, and it was the closest he could find. Okay, so this is like what we're looking at. This is kind of like a moss diamond, like just to kind of like help us visualize and do our research. It's nice, but if it's not what you wanted, the issue with picking like an engagement ring that has a color is it doesn't always match everything. So essentially you told him exactly what you wanted, that you're very traditional, and then he kind of went ahead and got something that's totally different. I wanted to say, what about my one rule of traditional diamond only? But
I've got a vehicle here for towing. Can you send a tow truck to my current location?
No tow truck is currently on hand. We'll send one to your location as soon as it's available.
My maid of honor later.
I've got a vehicle here for towing.
Don't resist.
Can you send a tow truck to my current location?
I decided to just kind of let it be.
That's not a location that's easy to reach.
I have a vehicle here that needs towing. I need a wrecker at my current location, please.
He clearly put some thought
Sure, it'll
behind
be with you
it.
shortly.
He wanted it to be your favorite color. Like, I wouldn't necessarily say that this is a turquoise. You did have a very specific request for a traditional diamond.
This is what I wanted, okay? This is the pastels, and this is what I got.
Getting to the drama. This whole process has kind of made me realize how cheap he is. I don't mind when someone knows how to stretch a dollar, but to me there's a difference between frugal and cheap. When I look back at all our dates, his gifts and everything, it kind of clicked in me that all of them had either been cheap or a free gift from a friend that he decided to give me.
It's too hard.
Wait, he re-gifted you a gift?
Are you actually
There's always something bad
Okay,
happening.
sorry, how much did he spend on the ring? I'm curious. The gifts he's given me during our relationship were just because he found them for free or someone sold it for an extremely cheap price. Okay.
$1.99. I've got $7.99. I've got $16.99. Cheap.
For one of my birthdays, he ended up getting us tickets to this massive local ball and got us ballroom dancing classes before the ball started. I showed no interest in ballroom dancing, but I thought it was a fun idea to go, and we...
Recently, we've been receiving a lot of complaints about cars driving too fast. Maybe you can pay special attention to speeders?
Copy that.
People couldn't make it, so they gave us the tickets. So basically, the ball, our food, our drinks, our dance lesson, and even my corsage was all free. grateful, but like it is nice when, like, not necessarily to spend money, but when someone like puts like actual thought into a gift. It's all about kind of like listening.
Hello
to
to you too.
And like seeing them, like really truly seeing them for who they are and what they like. To me, someone that doesn't know how to give gifts to someone that is close to them, it just really feels as though they don't know you. And I don't think it's the gift, it's the part that's like, feel like you don't know me at all. And there's more cheap and free stories where that came from. When I look back at things, whenever we did do something extravagant, it was always on my dime. He's not rich, but he's certainly not poor. He makes pretty decent money. Maybe he feels like he doesn't need to put the money or the effort in because, like, maybe that's also what you're accepting. I feel like we gotta have a little chit chat. And we can't frame it in a way that's like, you never do anything for me. Let's have like an adult conversation and make it about the fact that, how do you even have that conversation? Like, how? I'm like, yeah, I don't know. How do you even talk to someone about this without sounding entitled? You don't I do get where you're coming from. It's not an easy conversation to have. The thing I think made me finally break was our Valentine's Day plans. He told me he was going to take me to the biggest landmark of our city.
We require support. Who's available?
I'll handle it.
They had a restaurant inside that was ridiculously expensive. I was amazed, and I even said, are you sure? You know that place is expensive, right? He said he knew it was one of my bucket list things to do and said I deserved it. Let me guess. Okay, so now he's making you believe that he's spending all this money on you and treating you when he's not. It meant so much to me that he was willing to do this, and I was so excited. A few days later, I found out there was going to be a wedding convention in our town. I bought tickets, $15 each, plus one for my mom and a maid of honor. I told him about it, and he said, great, it's better to spend our money there than on that restaurant. I was confused. I told him they weren't on the same day. In fact, they were a week apart. And I already bought the tickets and he didn't need to buy anything. So he wouldn't have to worry about spending any money at the convention. He said, no, it's better to save our money, so let's not go to the landmark restaurant. Wait, I'm sorry. I thought you were going to say that he got it for free. Now he's saying, we're not going at all? You're not going at all? No, we're not going.
I'm on this journey with you.
Don't love this for you, babes. I really don't. My mind was blown. I couldn't believe he canceled my dream plans over something that had absolutely nothing to do with the plans. I talked to my maid of honor about it. She said she's always noticed he was a bit cheap.
My prices are so small you can barely see them. This is some small prices.
On to the ring now. I never looked up my ring on Etsy to try and find it or ask for the price because I thought it was rude to look up or ask. But because of all this craziness, I decided to go on Etsy and find my ring. Oh no. There were surprisingly many Moss diamond rings to look through, but eventually I found it. The ring was being sold for $28. Listen, okay, listen. I think that it's entirely fine if you don't care about, you know, the cost of your engagement ring. One of my really good friends was engaged for like a few years before they got married, and he just got her this like simple pearl ring that she wore until they got married, and then they were able to save up for a ring she wanted. It wasn't super important to her, and I totally get that. But like, it's very clear
officer, I need your help.
You are traditional and you do place importance on these things, and it doesn't seem like
Excuse me, officer. Could you show me where the nearest police precinct is on the map, please?
Well, let me mark the location of...
Honestly, my heart kind of broke. I started saying stupid dramatic things in my head like, am I only worth $28? You're not. You're not, my love. I want to confront him about this, but I might be the a-hole here.
I appreciate
just
it,
letting
officer.
This get to me. I don't know. Would I be the a-hole for confronting him about this? I definitely do think that you need to talk to him, because like, maybe he's just kind of learned that you're like, you know, just so easygoing and like not picky and stuff. You don't ask much of people. Believe me, like I can relate. But then I also kind of like get mad when people don't show me the love that I feel like I deserve. That's also my own fault, right? I'm not expressing. You know, I'd like to be spoiled sometimes. Like not every day. Every other day. I'm just kidding. Everyone deserves to be spoiled by their partner at some point, don't they? Not necessarily spoiled monetarily, but spoiled in a sense that like they're going out of their way to do nice things for you and things that like they know you'll like. I don't know. To me, I think that this is like could be just a communication issue that could be resolved. You definitely got to talk to him before you can. I I don't think the word confront is a good word. I think talking to him about how you feel would be good. Is it materialistic to want like a nice ring?
I have a vehicle that
Maybe
needs
a
towing.
bit, but, like,
Can you send a
so
tow truck to my current location, please?
No tow truck is currently on hand. We'll send one to your location as soon as it's
The
available.
ring of your dreams, or like, I think it's a good thing if somebody wants to invest in you. To
I've
me,
arrived at
it's
the
an
scene and will begin processing the accident.
much of an investment. When you confront him, be fully prepared. He will call you ungrateful, materialistic, and greedy. Don't be easily manipulated by these words. You're clearly not a greedy or materialistic person. Everything you've said about the relationship. Also, be prepared for him not to change. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Like, I'm worried that you can go and you can say these things, but I don't know. I kind of think that he's sort of used to doing the bare minimum. I don't know if he will change anymore. This man does not care about what you value, and if you notice, he doesn't seem to care about or even know what he values. Your husband should be planning dates that interest you, certainly, but also ones that interest him. He has no interest he wishes to pursue at all, other than his friend's sloppy seconds and whatever is free or cheap. That's a sign of an undeveloped person. It's valid. Not the a-hole. The bait and switch he pulled on you is absolutely ridiculous. He took you shopping to see your taste and style, and then got you nothing close to that, and only spent $28. And not even something precious and lasting to symbolize your love and commitment.
Let me hear what you saw.
I'm still in shock.
He's just
I need to get my head right.
It's BS.
Please cooperate peacefully while I take a sample.
This is going to be your entire life. You really need to think about that before you decide to join yourself with this man for the rest of your life. Something that hurts your feelings and doesn't align with your values is going to be a
I just
problem
need to
down
collect
the
a sample.
line. You're just going to get more frustrated, and it's going to eat away at you if you don't say anything. Yeah. And that will definitely strain, if not end, your relationship in the future. And the whole restaurant thing, just completely illogical reasoning. You're going to a wedding show.
I'd like to see your ID and car insurance, please.
A completely separate event the
Here you
following
go,
weekend.
officer.
One has nothing to do with the other. No, he was using that as a way to get out of paying for it. Cheap. He never had any intention of taking you. Yeah. It's kind of like, oh, he's dangling this carrot in front of you and then not giving you what you want in the end. He truly found out how much it was going to cost him, and the fact that he built it up and then pulled the rug out from under you is awful. All right, I've had some wawa. We can make our decision. The jury has spoken. You are not the a-hole, and you are most certainly not worth $28. Who else is on the chopping block? Am I the a-hole for telling my fiance I don't want my TMU engagement ring? Oh, bestie! This was originally posted in Am I the A-hole by user ZNXNBNCB. ZNXNCB.
Try saying that 10 times fast.
My 27 female fiance, 29 male, proposed to me a few weeks ago. It caught me completely by surprise, but we've been together for 3 years and things have been going great. So I was really excited and I said yes. I really like the ring when I first
I'll let you
saw
go
it.
with a
My
verbal
friends
warning
and family
this time.
all think
What a
it's
relief.
stunning. It's an oval
Thanks,
cut with
officer.
diamonds across the band. Ooh, tasteful, cute, classic. I asked where he got it and he wouldn't tell me where, but that he got a great deal on it. I didn't think
I need to
anything
do a
of it
search
until
on-
yesterday when we were in bed, and I asked him if it was a diamond or a moissanite, mainly out of curiosity. I don't have a preference, by the way. He said he didn't know and would have to look it up. When I glanced over at his phone, he was in the TMU app. How are you not embarrassed? That's an absolutely not from me. I asked him if he got it from there and he didn't respond. So I asked again and he responded with something like,
I have to arrest you for carrying.
What?
yes, it does. You can get it for free on TMU. Oh my god. Maybe you did get it for free. With things like this, I've heard of this happen
Let me frisk-
before where, like, you know, you get someone an engagement ring, but, you know, you get something that's, like, not a real diamond, but you say that it is a real diamond. What happens if that woman finds out that it's not a real diamond? Like, it's very easy to test these things.
Here's your act.
Thank you so much.
I spent all night so confused. Today I decided to download the app and look up my
Backup
ring, and
requested.
I found one that looks identical. I found the exact ring
Copy
and it
that. The
listed
nearest
at
available unit will be sent to your current
$38.
location.
More than the last one.
Let me know what you saw.
I don't understand what happened, officer.
He makes good money
I'll take a sample to check.
A year, and I feel like he could have shelled out some money for a ring better than one on Temu. Am I the a-hole for telling him I don't want it? Throw the whole man away. Like what? What do you mean? What do you mean?
I will proceed with the search. Please cooperate.
For the record, I'm pretty sure the standard for an engagement ring, like the polite thing to do, is 2 months of salary. The equivalent of 2 months of whatever you make in salary. $5 and some pocket lint. Yeah. Some additional thoughts from.
I need to see your driver's
I'm
license.
not mad the diamonds are not real. No, she's not.
Yeah,
mad. She
sure,
also said
officer.
that she'd be okay with the moissanite ring. Moissanite is gorge, but I worry about the quality of the ring because I imagine my engagement ring to at least be sturdy. Yeah, that'll fall apart for sure. It's fine for now, but I have a hard time believing it'll last longer than a year if it's $38 on Temu. Not the a-hole, that thing might turn your finger green. He's lucky you don't have a sensitivity to fake metals like some do. He makes good money, but bought a $38 ring. Is he cheap with other things where this discount shopping isn't a new thing for him and he's just an all-around penny pincher? My first thought was, did he not spend the money because he doesn't want or expect this to last? Yeah, let me provide some context. Really, he's never been overly frugal. I'm probably more frugal than he is. Neither of us are huge spenders, but we make enough to not have to strictly budget or anything. We have our own accounts and split rent equally. I know he at least has $100,000 across his savings and investments. We go out for drinks a few times a week, and we'll go to concerts together and whatnot frequently. We travel a few times a year and stay in basic accommodations. Like our DoorDash the other night was $40. My ring cost less.
I have to issue you a ticket because you don't have valid insurance.
So much.
You are not the a-hole, but what we all want to know is, would you really marry him if he even replaces the ring?
Kindly cooperate as I collect.
Responses to this have made me even more confused. People saying it could be a loyalty test, that he doesn't want me to be able to sell it if we divorce, or that he doesn't plan to be with me for long. I have a pit in my stomach.
Please allow me to collect a sample to see if you're under the influence of any drugs.
This year. I was thinking maybe he was not thinking or rushed to getting the ring, or maybe he genuinely thought he was getting a great deal on a high-quality ring. I'm not sure at this point. I plan to confront him when he gets back from work. See, this is the thing.
I will proceed with the search.
I really don't want to be a dick. Like, is this... I'm trying not to be a... Let's read an update. After reading responses from my first post, it got taken down. I was freaking out a bit. He came home while I was FaceTiming a friend about this. I hung up with her and talked to him for about an hour. He apologized for sleeping on the couch and that he needed some time to think. He doesn't see eye to eye with me on my concerns about the ring. And he said he did his research and...
I have to arrest you for...
Dude!
Please, officer!
Those aren't even real ratings, bro. He says if the ring breaks, he will replace it, but he didn't say it would be higher quality. I have people messaging me that the ring could be harmful to my health, and Temu has horrible standards for their jewelry and labor issues.
I have to arrest you for driving under the influence of alcohol. Please cooperate and move to the sidewalk.
Somebody, somewhere, is getting exploited. That's capitalism, baby. Everybody wants to save a buck here and there, but I'm telling you right now, like, fast fashion...
I have to arrest...
Please, don't do that.
Goods, it creates this unrealistic expectation of how much things should cost. And if something is that cheap, someone somewhere is getting exploited. He left and went to his brother's house. Usually I go with him, but things are tense. Am I the a-hole for telling him I still don't
Here's
want
your
it?
accident report.
All right. Thanks, officer.
To those of you who are asking, you know,
I need
she's
backup
gold
to take a
digger,
subject.
This was OP's response. I want to clear up these
Understood. The closest available unit will be dispatched to your location.
I only mention these things for context, not because I feel he owes me something in return. When I met him, I was making over $100K, and he was working part-time and doing an internship, bringing in significantly less than me. He totaled his car early on in our relationship.
Hey! Pull over to the side of the road!
He didn't have a car. When his mom got sick and went on hospice,
Tell me what you saw.
I'm still in shock. I need to get my head right.
and sat with him, visiting her every day for months.
You'll take a test to see if you've been driving under the influence of drugs.
I loaned him money for a new car. Once he started his new job, he did pay me back good. He moved in with me recently, and most everything in the home is
Please
mine that
cooperate
I paid for
peacefully
prior
while I
to
take a sample.
relationship. Furniture, etc. I've paid for so many plane tickets for our travels, concert tickets. I've never asked him to pay back, and I never will. That's what a relationship is.
ID,
literally.
and if
I genuinely
available,
care
proof
for
of
him.
insurance,
He's done
please.
similar
Here you
things
go,
to me
officer.
And is more than willing to spend money on dates. Believe it or not, I'm not this greedy woman sitting here and getting excited to get his money. I have my own. Okay. All right, final update we have. He came home this morning while I was in a work from home meeting. These comments made my head spin all night. I got 3 hours of sleep, so I admit I may be in the wrong for bringing up his finances, but I did. I asked him what was going on, if there was anything he needed to tell me, if he was testing me by doing this. Well, that really set him off. What kind of person do you think I am? You think I'm a cheapskate? A liar? You obviously think really poorly of me. No offense, but it kind of doesn't really seem like he thinks very highly of you either, babe. It doesn't seem like he holds you in very high regard if he got your engagement ring off of a China.
I'll just leave you with a verbal warning this time.
Thanks a lot, officer.
Exploitation cheap labor app. But still, he never gave me a reason. So I asked why
I
he
need
was
to do a
deflecting
search
every
on you
question to victimize himself and avoid my questions. He tried to leave again. So I tried de-escalating and told him where he's coming from, but I need to know if he still loves me. He was immediately apologetic and still wants to get married. He said, I can just pick my ring
Let me
out
frisk you for any illegal items, please.
You will not buy your engagement ring with your own money? Absolutely.
Here's your accident report.
Thank you so much, officer.
About this, and it's water under the bridge now.
You can leave now. Have a great day.
This convo. I hear him out there skipping around, humming to himself all happy, and it's actually pissing me off. Maybe I'm being dramatic, but I don't think I can handle a marriage with someone like this. Absolutely not.
I have a car here that needs towing. Please send a tow truck to my current location.
The wrecker will be there in a couple of
So
minutes.
this is what I think happened. He played the victim and whined and whined and whined until he got you to drop the subject. He didn't actually feel that way. He wasn't actually sad, which is why you're sitting here upset and he's happy because he got what
I've
he
detained you because of your car's
So what? People like me drive in style. It looks amazing.
And then all of a sudden just switches as soon as you drop the subject. I would be like genuinely offended. He's over there, he's skipping, he's like, I got out of this, I don't gotta spend any money on her. I gotta say,
I'm going to give you just a verbal warning this time.
Okay.
you know what you should do?
Everything's
You should
fine.
Bring up the fact that you got a TV ring in front of his friends and in front of his parents. That's exactly what you should do. You should bring it up in front of his friends so they know exactly how much it cost. And he's gonna be so embarrassed. That way when you break up, everybody knows what it is. Dude said it's water under the bridge and he's gonna bring her for not being happy with his drop-shipped ring.
Everything's fine.
I hope Opie truly understands how much he values her and has the self-respect to know she deserves better. I second this. After telling her she's free to pick out her own ring and pay for it herself. I'm sorry, did we forget, like, how to human? 'Cause
I've got a vehicle here for towing. Can you send a tow truck to my current location? I have a vehicle here that needs towing. I need a wrecker at my current location, please.
Sure, they will be with you shortly.
Than whatever misguided logic he used to justify the original purchase. Yeah, no, I would totally agree with that. Not only does he not value you, he also gaslights you and manipulates you and is trying to make you get it.
Officer, help requested for an emergency.
Leave it to me.
Please respond.
So, are you the a-hole for telling your fiance you don't want your TV engagement ring? No, and you wouldn't be the a-hole if you told your fiance you don't want him either. Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is some Am I the A-hole drama that gave me hives. Hi! I'm allergic to it.
I guess what happens in Vegas, right?
Am I the a-hole for getting
I've arrived at the scene.
At first, he was very closed off with me, but we noticed that we had a lot in common, and he began to we were not experts on bands and all that stuff, but we had fun going to concerts together. I feel like it made him grow self-confident. He even had the confidence to grow his hair and but over time, they accepted him.
That's what metal is, baby. Skulls. Rock and roll. I still want to start a band, a Bridezilla band. It would be epic, right? Bridezilla.
Why did my stepmother take my dress? Why would she wear white to the wedding?
See that?
Yeah, no.
Michael has ADHD, so it's just...
Can you tell me what you saw?
Yes, officer. This person was jaywalking.
See what I have to deal with? Well, a few months ago, he told me, and our friends...
Please allow me to collect a sample to see if you're under the influence of any drugs. Kindly cooperate as I collect a sample to see if you're drunk.
And her personality is so she didn't talk much, and when she did, she stuttered a little. Like she didn't
License
know
and
what
register.
to say.
She's probably a bit nervous.
Yeah,
Yes,
I know,
officer.
I'm like, I don't really
There
like
you
where
go.
this is going.
How dare she wear blue?
I love it when girls kind of like pick random things to dislike about someone and they try to use that as justification for not liking them, but in reality, they're just jealous.
Yeah.
Like, let's
I
be
will
honest
proceed
here,
with the search.
like,
Please cooperate.
Yes, I think that's where this is going.
I think that's where this is going.
Stupid shit. She's wearing pink.
She's so basic, man. I'm wearing pink.
Oh yeah, sorry, I meant.
I know this sounds bad, but on almost all of our group outings, he would take her with him now. And it was so annoying to see how she tried to be friends with everyone. Okay, so wait, so you're mad that she doesn't talk, and now you're mad that she tries.
Yeah, it'd be one thing. if
You're
she
under
tried
arrest.
That can't be true!
Yeah.
to take him away from you.
She sounds like she's trying to make an effort here, and pretty much everything she does annoys you.
I'm smelling a little stinky butt here.
Like a stinky little bug.
Well, dingleberries, you know, like the hairs and the poop, and it just hangs like a little berry cherry.
You have a hemorrhoid in your a-hole.
You've committed a
No way!
Tell me what you saw.
That driver should be arrested for causing an accident. They didn't use a turn signal when they should have.
Okay.
Let me hear what you saw.
That driver seems drunk, officer. You should look into it.
Now, here's the problem. A few weeks ago, it was my birthday. For obvious reasons, I invited him along with the rest of my friends. And obviously, he took her to my party. I was
Okay,
upset,
let's
but
just check if
I
you're
didn't
under
want
the...
to be rude, and I let it go. When it was time for presents, he said to me, someone else also wanted to give you a special present. He made a gesture to his girlfriend.
I just need to collect...
She smiled at me and gave me her gift. It was an Iron Maiden t-shirt. I didn't say anything. She seemed to have noticed because she told me that if I didn't like my gift, I could
Please
exchange
cooperate
it
for a
another
search...
one, but I rejected it. It sounds like she made like a very conscious effort to like do something nice for you.
Okay, maybe there's some juicy details that we're not aware of yet, but I need more context. It sounds like this person's pretty stinky.
It sounds like this person just doesn't like that a guy.
Kindly cooperate for a pat down.
This is the thing about girls that are jealous. You could be the nicest
ID and vehicle.
Your heart could have lots of girth.
In fact,
Here you go, officer.
this person on earth, in addition to being like super pretty, almost makes it worse. It's like they want so badly for you to not be likable that they invent reasons in their head not to like you.
Guys are simple. It's like, you like beer? Yeah. You like sports? Talk about our feelings and just like sit in silence and play video games? Did we just become best friends? Want to go do karate in the garage?
Girls will shit in your
Oh, he's Latino.
I have lots of friends who like deep conversations, but one in particular who always just shout out to my boy. I'm not gonna say his name, but
Shout out, but no shout out.
shout out to my boy. I remember we were at a hockey game, and you know we're trying to watch the game, and all of a sudden he just asked me a question like, "When's the last time you cried?" And I was like, "God, yeah, let's get into this."
Can you tell me what you saw?
Yes, officer. This person was jaywalking.
She started saying it was a very special gift, that I was like an older sister to her. I couldn't take it anymore, and I yelled at her to shut up.
How dare you buy me a gift and try and be my friend? You're just so selfish. I'm honestly waiting for more context because this sounds.
Oh, there's more context, don't worry. I couldn't take it anymore, and I yelled at her to shut up. That it had become very clear to me that she was very perfect, and that she should do me a favor and shut her mouth.
Oh, it's a nice gift. Can you just take it back and shut your mouth? Shut your mouth.
She didn't say anything, but she just looked down and started crying. Oh. My best friend looked at me in a way he had never done before. He just apologized and left her. I was so devastated and upset to see that my birthday had been ruined. Yeah, and whose fault is that? Whose fault is that?
Like, you're just talking and you're just showing yourself as a total bitch.
Okay, we'll see what you tell me.
But you're the one who
As they say in Harry
posted
Potter.
the story. Like, no one
You know you
could
know.
have just
It's
know what you were going through. No one cared.
ADHD. God, your teachers must have loved you.
ADHD break. ADHD break.
I was so devastated and upset to see that my birthday had been ruined, and the scolding from my other friends didn't make me feel any better. The next day, he wrote me and told me that until I apologized, he could no longer didn't mean to. That I was just feeling overwhelmed. Oh, jeez. I recently had a disagreement with someone in which they used feeling overwhelmed as a way to excuse their bad behavior, and it's I'm so overwhelmed. I can't be like a human being for 1 second. Sorrow's prayers. But he told me that was no excuse, and he stopped talking to me. I've written to him multiple
Can you tell me what you saw?
I saw how this person suddenly took a turn.
You talk about begging his girlfriend for forgiveness.
I have yet to see a reason why you don't.
Kindly cooperate as I collect a sample to see if you're drunk.
She's not going to say it.
Jealousy isn't just a river in Egypt.
Nobody wants it.
I'll just need to take a sample to determine.
Sometimes it gets the better of us. You can apologize to her. It's one thing if you want to apologize to your friend.
Kindly allow me to frisk you and...
An apology, okay? More so than your friend. He leaves me on red and he never answers. I tried to talk to our group of friends and get their help, but everyone told me
I will proceed with the search. Please cooperate.
She just wanted to be nice.
Period. Exclamation point.
Yeah, I admit that I may have been a bit harsh on her, and I would hate for my friend to throw away so many years of friendship just because of one incident. I'm desperate. Am I the a-hole for messing with my best friend's girlfriend and accidentally hurting her feelings?
Yes.
Accidentally?
Like, 100% are the a-hole in this scenario.
He's not given a single reason why.
On purpose, woman.
Other than the fact that
I
he probably
know.
jealous.
Or, maybe she's protective or something like that. You have literally no reason to dislike this girl. It seems like you're looking for reasons to dislike her. Listen, we can all be assholes from time to time. I think if you reach out to the girlfriend and you sincerely apologize, it doesn't sound like you're very sorry or that you feel bad about what you said, but I think that if you sincerely apologize to the girlfriend, not your friend, that's
Show me your driver's license, and if...
maybe there's something.
Yeah, sure, officer.
But don't expect them to accept the apology because that was just silly. I already sent a message to his girlfriend to apologize, and she hasn't read it yet. She wakes up at 8 a.m. I hope there's still hope. For those of you wondering why I expected only my friend to come to my party, it was going to be too loud because of the music, and she said she doesn't like that.
Here's your act.
Seems okay.
As far as I know, but I think it might be social anxiety. I'm not sure.
Everything's fine.
You're being hella silly. We have another update. Okay, I've already earned the hate of Reddit. Thanks. But you don't have to send me rude private messages.
Let me hear what you saw.
I definitely used my turn signal, officer.
Not directly from her, but from my now ex-best
Please
friend.
cooperate
Yes.
peacefully
He
while I take a...
decided not to give me another chance. This is what he said. G. Me. I already saw the message you sent to A, his girlfriend. She showed it to me. Ooh, interesting.
I just
I'm
need to
sorry
collect a...
tell you this, but your apology feels forced and fake. It took you a whole week to apologize to her. See, this is why I said you need to apologize to the girlfriend. And that's why he wasn't responding. Because it's not his feelings that you hurt here. Like, I mean, I'm sure he was
Please
disappointed.
cooperate for a search procedure.
She waited a week, yeah. And you probably weren't even going to apologize to her until Reddit told you to. I don't know, I don't think there's any remorse on your part, and that's why I don't feel comfortable with you anymore. You ended our friendship as soon as you decided to humiliate my girl. I appreciate the time we had as friends, but now my happiness is her, and I will protect her even if I have to cut off all my friendships.
Jeez.
I wish you
Please
the
show
best
me
of
your...
luck, and I hope that you realize how terrible you acted.
Here you go, officer.
How old are these people?
And she said she was in her early 20s.
The good news is time heals. Time heals everything. Sometimes you make mistakes when you're younger. I think that right now, maybe give each other some space. I don't know, maybe down the line you guys can reconnect.
Maybe, but remember what I said about you can apologize and they don't have to accept the apology? And also, you didn't share what the apology said, so I'm very curious about what it actually said.
You may have like your best friends growing up, but eventually
I'll just leave you with a verbal warning.
Many thanks, officer.
our allegiance shifts from our best friend. I mean, not completely, but we focus on our partners, and that's just what happens. And now being in my mid-30s,
This is your act.
Okay.
you're with each other at school and all that stuff, and then you find a partner, you find a job.
It's fine.
That's your focus, and you kind of lose touch. But as you get older, sometimes you reconnect. It may not look good right now, but just think about everything. Think about that kind of perspective, and maybe you guys will reconnect later on. But right now, just give him some space.
Can you describe what you saw?
I used my turn signal. No mistake on my end.
License and register.
Another update?
Yes, officer.
Addition to, I admit, I had feelings for my friends. But I think I confused them with brotherly affection. However, I really loved him too much, and I guess that's why I acted like that with his girlfriend. It was just resentment. She didn't deserve it. Well, it's a good thing that you are recognizing these feelings and why they are normal, but also kind of unhealthy.
You're being charged.
I can't believe this is happening.
You haven't done anything to us. People who are total bitches to us, however, we can be mean to.
We can be petty,
But don't be mean to people just because.
I'm going to give you...
Thanks.
We've all had a friend who's been kind of confused about it, right? We're really close to them, and then all of a sudden...
I'm just taking a sample.
I've never had that. When you're growing up,
You'll take a test.
I'm kind of confused. Why are you looking at me like that? I'm really proud of you. That means anything to you. That you sort of came to your senses and understood me. That's what it is. It's like these kind of things happen because you don't know what you're feeling. You just thought you were having such a good time. Dig into that. Dig in there. Dig into your heart, into the swamp, as they say. Dirty, smelly, dirty swamp.
I firmly believe that a lot of this is because
The reason why you're...
Please, don't do that.
I feel like we all kind of said and did stupid stuff when we were jealous and young. We get better at hiding it when we're older.
Yeah, exactly. Because you have a place that you live by yourself, so you can just go hide.
Please don't tell anyone how I live.
You know what? I think like you started off as a stinky butthole, but I think you're cleaning.
I have to arrest...
Please, officer.
Like there's still some skin marks that.
No, you have a fissure, which is you have an anal fissure, but it's healing.
4 out of 5 butthole. So are you the a-hole? Yes. But it's okay.
4.5 hemorrhoids out of 5.
Please cooperate for a...
For telling my wife no one likes her gifts and she should stop giving them.
Hey yo, I did a sketch about this. That's so funny.
Just laughing at how unbelievably mean this is already.
I'm trying to think of what's the worst gift.
Ego is mean. What gave that to me?
Okay, first of all, stoicism. Oh my god, Ryan Holiday is fantastic. I actually gave you all 3 books, and you haven't even touched them.
I have to arrest you.
What?
Stoic. I got her all these things to help channel and ground her and tune into the wisdom of the Stoics, but she hasn't even looked at them.
This is...
Thanks, officer.
24/7.
I like to pick and choose my self-help books, you know?
Yeah, sure. Anyways, bad gift. Funny.
I need some backup here to take us...
She gives the best gifts, but she bought me funny enough.
Copy that. The nearest available unit will be sent to your current location.
Its sole purpose, it's a plastic saw, and it's just for cake.
It doesn't actually saw cake that well.
No, it doesn't.
I have a car here that needs towing. Please send a tow truck to my current location.
I'll be arriving at your location.
A wrecker has already been dispatched to your location.
It just like, it flat the cake, like it just
Here's your accident report.
All right.
It's not locked. It's not locked. Should we go?
All right. You're...
we should keep going here. My 25 male wife, 25 female, is a gift giver. She loves to give gifts, and she usually puts a
I've got a vehicle here for towing. Can you send a tow truck to my current location?
Tow truck will arrive at your location shortly, officer.
each year. She would buy a gift for her Secret Santa, and also
I've got an
take a
injured person.
small gift for all her friends. At first, but she does this every year, even when we aren't hosting. These gifts.
I've got a vehicle here for towing. Can you send a tow truck to my current location?
Sure, it'll be with you shortly.
I have a vehicle here that needs towing. I need a wrecker at my current location, please.
Sure, it'll be with you shortly.
Why didn't you give me Call of Duty PS5? Honestly, sounds like pretty good gifts to me.
Okay, so here's the reason. Since most of the people in our group are guys, they don't use most of what she gives. They feel like they are obligated to get her something too.
Is that worth putting on the internet?
Absolutely not.
Okay. I told my wife that this unit goes unused, but she says she continues to do it because she likes
Please
to
cooperate.
give them gifts and expects nothing in return. And since we usually celebrate after the
Hello.
holidays are over, she's not spending more than $50 a person. Maybe she's out of her ways.
All right. What have we got here? Can you hear me? It hurts. I don't think I'm badly injured.
That's good.
Karen,
You should see a doctor anyway.
like gifts for
This is your...
This is an act.
To the ambulance?
Yeah. I think I can walk.
used before. Let's try that.
I love you,
Backup
Karen.
request.
Karen.
Love my mom.
And also, this is such a non-issue.
Copy that. The nearest available unit will be sent to your current location.
If you get like an accumulation of like extra stuff, like little things that you're not going to.
I have a car here that needs towing. Please send a tow truck to my current location.
It's a good way to make sure that
A wrecker has already been dispatched to your location.
just don't tell the person that gave you the gift that you're re-gifting.
Mom, I've re-gifted some of your gifts.
I did end up giving them like a puffer jacket for a beer can.
Yeah, same. I got the same thing.
Otherwise, it just accumulates,
Hey, hey! Pull over to the side of the road.
Suggested alternative gifts that you know the guys would actually use or like. Literally, okay, this is a very, very good point. Yes, okay, I understand she's getting them like fruity body soap or something that they're not going to use. I don't know. I don't know the context of the gifts, but everybody likes chocolate. Most people like candles. Mike likes candles more than me.
Like as in, I like candles more than I like you.
Those friends are lying about. What did you say?
You're saying that I like candles more than I like you, or
No,
like
no,
candles
you
more
like
than you like
candles
candles?
more than I like candles. Is what I'm saying. I actually think that these guys are saying to your face that they don't like these gifts, and they're going home and having bubble baths.
Oh, for sure. Or they're regifting, and then they're getting all the credit. And then their significant others are like, oh, she's a good gift giver.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like your friends are also kind of being a-holes. Also, what kind of goblins do you have for friends that they don't have a use for stationery or something? Honestly, I like a pen. I like a nice pen.
You ballpoint or gel?
I like to like colored gel pens.
Are you 0.7?
It's hard. I think it depends. I think margin is 0.7.
I'll go ahead and take this.
Pen?
0.7 is thicker.
I know, thicker. So you do like thick.
Please cooperate. I'm a fan.
0.5 is nice.
No choice.
Size.
0.5 is nice, but I like it. So this was deleted from Reddit. We're going to read some toxic responses. Hope he should divorce his wife so I can marry her and introduce her to all my friends that would actually appreciate her thoughtfulness. What a weird thing to get mad about.
I mean, maybe it makes them feel uncomfortable or whatever.
What could possibly possess someone to be angry about something?
Any officers available? We need assistance.
Roger that.
Dispatch here. We have an emergency. Any available officers, please respond.
Stinky, I think so.
Stinky bucket.
Is there even an update?
No, there's no update.
This is Patrol 4561. I can take that.
Yeah, say so.
Hey there.
Okay.
Is a unit available to transport an arrestee to the nearest precinct?
This guy who appreciates the chocolate. So am I. Anyways, yeah, I think you're a bit of an asshole. That's what I think.
Hi, officer. Could you help me out, please? Hi, officer. I'm looking for the stadium. Can you please point me in the right direction?
I see. That's where the stadium is.
Been kind of sad and aloof since. For context, my wife has been really sick for the past couple of days and she's been staying at home. Now, normally I would have taken paid time off to support my wife, but work was really busy this week and I had to go to the office for important meetings. My wife was very understanding, but did ask if I could come home soon after work. And I said sure. I'm also close friends with Helena. We've been friends for 5 years and she works at my same company, albeit in a completely different department. My wife knows about Yelena and Yelena even comes to our house a couple times for dinner. While my wife isn't super close with Yelena, she does think she is sweet. Yesterday was Yelena's birthday and we usually don't do anything fancy.
Thanks a lot.
We just give each other small gifts. Yelena and I went to a fancy the whole thing took maybe 40 minutes and then immediately my wife was really sad after that. And I asked if I did something wrong. My wife said no, but ever since then she's been kind of sad. I asked my wife multiple times why she's sad, and I keep calling her, but my wife told me there's no reason.
She's a bit jealous. Do these things for her as well.
I could be reading into it a little much.
And maybe her saying that out loud to you would kind of make her feel a bit uncomfortable. Maybe that's why she's not responding to it.
It goes without saying that like if your wife is sick at home and you're not doing anything like sweet for her to like take care of her, but you are doing those sweet things for other people, I don't know, right?
Yeah, she's probably jealous.
I think that if you were doing the same things for your wife,
I have a vehicle that needs towing. Can you send a tow truck to my current location, please?
you're going like
tow truck will be at your location as soon as possible.
Why didn't you bring her ice cream?
You could have brought your wife ice cream, yeah.
Put another woman before her, and she's a little jealous.
Yeah, or maybe she just wanted you to do the same thing for her. Or like think about, oh, you went for ice cream with Yelena, and you brought your wife ice cream because she was sick at home.
It's tough to know.
So, dude, your wife is sick at home and you go on a little ice cream date with another woman. Did it occur to you at all to A, tell your wife you would be late, and B, bring her something? Okay, I'm glad that you went for the same thing on this, because it's like,
She wasn't sick.
she wasn't sick at home.
So you just went on an ice cream date with her?
It was her birthday.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, I think it does matter if they're married.
Again, it also kind of depends on how well everyone knows
She likes her.
not enough to trust her, I guess.
Or maybe she just feels a little neglected. That's
Yeah, that's
all.
probably it,
I think
honestly.
maybe it's
I think
just like
it's just
feeling a little neglected, and she wants to be taken care of when she's sick.
I take care of you when you're sick.
You do. Yeah, and I've set my expectations very high. And I also take care of you. Honestly, the only thing I know how to cook is like chips. You gotta take care of your partner when you're sick.
And I want ice cream when I'm sick.
Do you? If you're not gonna prioritize your wife, why did you even get married? If yes, you're wrong. I don't think this is about the ice cream. How much time do you spend making your wife feel appreciated, loved, and supported?
I've arrived at the scene of the
While
accident.
she's sick, even though you said that you've been busy, but not too busy to take a work friend out for ice cream. Very good point. I don't know the answer to that. Maybe the answer is you are the best husband ever, and she's never wanted anything in terms of her emotional needs. But clearly, your wife is feeling some kind of way about a gesture that you made to another woman. It warrants some reflection. I think we need to reflect on how our actions could possibly affect our spouses, our houses.
And our Schauses.
Das ist scheiße,
Das ist scheiße.
Yeah, you're making some Umstänk. You are
really making
You are making Umstänk with your asshole face. You made a little dookie here. But you can maybe clean up this dookie.
We can call you Blue Man.
So are you the a-hole?
You like it cheap.
Yeah, you like it cheap. Yeah, cheap is good. I would agree with Mike. You're not like doing something incredibly hurtful, but you're not really considering your wife's feelings. Sister! Hey everybody, welcome back. These are some friend feuds turned nasty. 10 seconds or less. All of these stories are from the Charlotte Dober.
Can you describe what you saw?
I don't understand what happened, officer.
So this story is from Absent-Minded Author.
All right,
And
let me
it's
just
not
check
an
to
Am I
see.
the a-hole, but we're gonna do it as an Am I the a-hole. Am I the a-hole for ending my friendship because of a friend's email? Am I the a-hole
I'll just need
for
to take a
ending a friendship because of a friend's vegan wife?
I will
I
proceed
know
with
I'm
the.
partially at fault for the friendship ending, and I'm willing to accept my judgment. And it's a really long story. Sorry. Never apologize. I like them long. I like them chunky.
Good job, Mike.
November of last year, I, female, went to visit a friend, we'll call him Kevin, and stayed at his and his wife's house. Early last year, Kevin and his wife, we'll call her Karen, moved a couple states away. For context, we are all over the age of 35, and Kevin and I were part of a friend group from an old job. Another couple from the friend group went on this trip as well, but they were also visiting family and stayed with them. Prior to the move, our friend group didn't really have much interaction with Karen, and she didn't really come to spend time with us. She was always invited. She just
I'm going to cuff you now. After that, I.
There are a lot of
They are vegan. I am not. Well, Kevin is not a full-fledged vegan as he eats fish. However, his wife does the grocery shopping, so everything outside of fish
I need to
is
see your.
vegan, and he eats and drinks it. He buys his own fish.
Yeah,
and has
sure,
a mini kitchen to prep his own meals away from hers. Oh, that's a lot. Like, I'm sorry. That is a lot. I don't know if I could ever be vegan, honestly. Like, I know it's probably better for the planet and stuff. You know one thing that I really could not give up? Crab.
God, I love crab. Ain't nothing like an Alaskan king crab with butter sauce. I'm telling you, it is delish. And steak. Really nice.
I'm not.
You're brightening my day.
For even more context, Karen's not a vegan for health reasons. She's the type that brings their vegan status with every
I'm taking.
Thank you.
no matter how irrelevant it is to the topic. Making fun of people they eat meat or use things made with animal byproducts. She accuses people of murder, etc. Except she leaves Kevin alone. She calls any food that is not vegan trash and garbage. Example, when we would hang out before they moved and she was there, she would always ask people how they could eat such garbage.
Tell me what you saw.
I'm still recovering from the crash.
Confrontational about it. Just to be clear,
I just need to collect a sample to see if you're under the influence of any illegal substances.
For your health, for the planet, by all means do it. It's the vegans that really push the ideology on other people.
All right,
and make
I'm just
them
collecting
feel
a sample
bad
to
about
check.
it. Some of us can't be vegans, okay? Some of us just can't for our health. And I know of a few people who have been vegan and then their doctors advise them to stop being vegan. Okay, so every
Sure,
person
officer.
is different. Let's stop shaming people about it. The day before I visited them, Karen sent a short list of rules that I had to follow regarding food. One of those rules was I couldn't store any non-vegan food items in either kitchen. I did ask if I could bring milk and she agreed, but I had to keep it in the fish fridge. It's just interesting because like aren't most, like even most
I need to do a
wine is not vegan. You know that, right? Like you have to get a very specific type of, there's animal byproducts in most wines. It's just a little difficult, you know? I think that we gotta be a little more understanding. All the food I ate at their house tasted off. Even the breakfast waffles and the tuna casserole that Kevin made for the two of us Saturday afternoon for lunch. It's not like it tasted spoiled. It was
You're
just
being arrested for DUI. Please.
What?
a little gross. I've never eaten vegan, so I figured it was just that. Food made with vegan ingredients. I couldn't really eat anything
How you doing,
after
officer?
bites. I had, fortunately, packed a few protein, vegan, snacks that I kept in my room, inside a zippered canvas bag, at the bottom of my suitcase. I was not specifically prohibited from bringing snacks to keep in my room. I kept my trash and
You're under arrest for driving.
Please don't do that.
street food from the market I, Kevin, and our friends went to Saturday after lunch. And I ate like a horse at the restaurant we went to that Saturday night, and I'm not ashamed. Well, horses are vegan, so. Honey!
I'll just need to take a sample to determine if you're under the influence of any illicit
Karen called
substance.
me a couple of hours ago. She wanted to tell me that I wouldn't be allowed to bring any milk this time around. She also said that my husband and I couldn't bring any snacks, and I should have asked last time. Okay, we're just... You're entitled to your own choices, okay? You're entitled to eat what you want, to believe what you believe, but please do not try and force those beliefs on other people, okay? Just point blank. Apparently, she'd gone through my suitcase when Kevin and I and our friends were out at the market and found my snacks. Oh, absolutely not. That, in my opinion, is a far worse transgression than you eating a snack. In addition to that, she also told me she replaced my milk with almond milk and thought that that was just hilarious. So she's doing things without your permission, but she expects you to ask for her permission about pretty much anything you consume.
I mean, when you put it like that.
I drank some milk Friday night before bed and 1 glass on Saturday morning. Then Kevin told me he used it to make our waffles and wanted to save the rest for casserole at lunch. What actually happened was that I poured my glass Saturday morning before breakfast. Karen dumped out the rest of it and replaced it with almond milk. Kevin knew but didn't tell me. I never went to look for it because he said he wanted to save it. The waffles and casserole were made with almond milk. Yeah, that would taste a little funny, I'm not gonna lie. It would taste different. I was so mad that I knew I wouldn't be able to say anything nice. I told her I had another call coming in and hung up. After I calmed down, I called her back and asked why she went through my suitcase and why she dumped my milk. She told me it was her house and she had a right to know. No, you're not. Just because someone is staying in your house, that does not give you the right to like go through their stuff. I'm sorry. It just like it doesn't. So that's why she was allowed to go through my things. No, you're Delulu. You're drinking the Delulu vegan lemonade. She said she dumped my milk because nobody can tell the difference between cow's milk and almond milk, and I wouldn't have known if she hadn't told me.
Show me the tit on an almond.
Yes, you can. You absolutely can tell the difference between cow milk and almond milk. There is a very, very big difference in taste. I called her a controlling, self-centered freak. I told her that Kevin has a stash of real cheese hidden in the fish fridge. And he sneaks it into his food and hung up on her. Ooh. Ooh. Then I called Kevin. He sided with her and told me that I pushed the line when I asked to bring milk, but she agreed. And it was incredibly rude to order meat when we went to dinner. No, it's not. You know what I think is incredibly rude? Telling people that what they're eating is disgusting and trash. We argued and I told him it seems like our lives are going in different directions and we don't need to be friends anymore. I know I probably should have asked if it was okay to have non-vegan snacks. Stop it. Stop it.
Get some help.
Or I could have kept them in my car. She still would have found that annoying. Like, she's mad that you went to a restaurant and ordered meat. She's trying to get you to be a vegan. That's what she's trying to do. Maybe her heart's in the right place, right? She really maybe fully believes that this is like what everybody should be doing. But you can't. It's kind of like pushing religion on someone. If they want to become a vegan, then that's their choice. And certainly not guilt tripping and insulting people is not the way to like get people to come to your side. In fact, it's what kind of turns people off, if I'm being quite honest. I also shouldn't have called her names. I was a guest at their house and Kevin has me half convinced that as a guest, I should have respected Karen's veganism and not had any non-vegan food at all. I think that she should have also apologized for going through your stuff. Like, I don't think it's disrespectful. I think that's a silly thing to be mad about. Like, I think that she's just making problems out of nothing. My husband thinks they're completely in the wrong and that since their lifestyle is not one of the majority of the population follows, they should have made exceptions since Kevin gets a fish exception. That's the other thing too, right? It's like, Kevin is allowed to consume fish. He's eating fish. He's eating cheese. He's sneaking it. He doesn't have the right to tell you that you should be respectful of Karen's vegan choices. It's a double standard for sure. He's also as pissed as I am that she went through my stuff. And he also pointed out that if I was allergic to almonds, I could have gotten very ill. Ooh, I also had this thought as well. Not everybody can make vegan choices. You know, some people are allergic to these nuts. And that's where, you know, a lot of vegans get their protein from. It's not realistic for some people, which is why you're entitled to make your choices. Don't try and force that on the majority of the population because it's gonna fall on deaf ears. He says I'm better off and thinks ending the friendship was reasonable. He and Kevin got along, but just like Karen, my husband is a spouse of someone in the friend group, so they weren't really close. A few minutes ago, I got the "Hey, can we talk" text, and honestly, I don't know if I'm going to respond. I'm kind of just done with it. So are you the a-hole for ending a friendship because of a friend's vegan wife? I don't think that you're ending a friendship because she's vegan. I think you're ending a friendship because she invaded your privacy, she guilt trips you and insults you and makes it really difficult for you to be around her. I don't think that you're ending the friendship because she's a vegan. I think it's everything surrounding the vegan. Going through your suitcase because it's her house. I don't even go into my guest room when I have guests because I want to respect their privacy. She's a nutty control freak. Literally, like, what if you had some like saucy things in your suitcase that like you didn't want anyone to see? What if you had like medication in there that you didn't want anyone to see? No, absolutely not, Dino. Honestly, I would have gone over just one more time and packed my suitcase with the most bizarre things I could think of. Big, scary things that we can't say on YouTube, whips, and oh, can't say that on YouTube either, just to round it out. I'd make sure everything was unwrapped but lightly covered with enough clothes that she'd have to dig for it and grip her hands around things before realizing what it was, just to prove a point, which is, don't go through people's personal belongings, you absolute monster. There's nothing wrong with normal vegans. Let's just state that, okay? But militant vegans are literally some of the worst people on the planet. How can you be fine with fish, which has a face, and freak out about milk or honey? Pick a lane, lady. Also, Kevin saying it was disrespectful to bring milk but act like it was okay at first. He's honestly awful too. There's no need for people like that in your life. Agreed, wholeheartedly. So we do have an update. The serotonin that gets released in my brain when I see we have an update. This is a long update, but it's the last one. First, thank you to everyone who responded. Your comments were not only helpful, but others made me cackle in a very unladylike manner. Looking at you, presentation that 2839. Secondly, I wanted to clarify that the bag Karen found in my suitcase had emergency cash and a credit card in it as well as snacks. The reason it was hidden in my suitcase was to keep it safe, not to hide food. I wasn't sneaking it in, important later, but I did have protein bars in there just in case I took issue with their food. Naughty me, you bad girl. You bad, bad, bad girl.
Is it getting hot in here?
I responded to Kevin yesterday and told him I needed some time to think and I'd get back to him today. I took some of your advice and reached out to our friend group last night. After the group chat, and also just talking with friends that were down that weekend, I learned some things. Ooh, we moved in the shadows. We got some intel. I love that for you. Because, like, it's always nice to, like, not know that you're crazy or unreasonable, right? People might say that they're gossiping. What I think gossiping is kind of like gauging as to whether or not something is a pattern with a certain person. If I'm, like, deciding whether or not to be friends with someone again, I get intel from other people, and I try to use that intel to be like, okay, this is clearly an issue with this person, and it's not just me being nuts. Because sometimes that happens too. It helps. It's helpful. Long story short, out of our core group of 6, I'm the only one that kept up with Kevin. The only reason those 2 friends accepted Kevin's invitation to go down that weekend was because I was going. Visiting family was a bonus, but that they also stayed somewhere else. After I took the rest of the night to think about and sleep on it, I realized all of you are right about Kevin's complicity regarding the switching of the milk. I didn't pay much attention, as I should have, because I was so focused on the fact that Karen switched the milk to begin with. I also realized he never actually said anything in response to my telling him that Karen confessed to going through my stuff when I called him yesterday. He changed the subject instead, talking about how it was rude to ask to bring milk. But, like, that was an invasion of privacy. I mean, you're asking if something is okay. Rude to ask? Is it like Voldemort now that we're not even allowed to mention milk around this person? How dare you say that word? How dare you steal that car, Ron Weasley?
You put your name in a goblet of fire.
Is that what we're dealing with? Because it kind of sounds like it. Anyways, I called Kevin on my lunch break today and ran down the list of issues. Karen going through my suitcase, him not telling me about the milk switch, Karen switching the milk to begin with after telling me I could bring it, and how what I eat is none of their business as long as I'm not contaminating their food. Basically, he told me the only thing he would apologize for was saying it was rude to order non-vegan food at the restaurant. He said since they had plenty of food in the house for me to eat, he didn't have to apologize for anything else. Yeah, you're gonna need to, like, not be friends with this person anymore. They kind of suck. I don't like them. They're kind of mean. Apparently, Karen had told him not to tell me about the milk switch because she was trying to prove that I couldn't tell the difference between vegan and non-vegan food. Essentially the same thing she said to me yesterday. I told him since I didn't eat any of it except a few bites, clearly I could tell the difference. It was nasty. He also said that he was eventually going to tell me about it, but forgot. I said that she could have just said no when I asked to bring milk instead of being a swampy butthole about it. It's so easy to just not be a swampy butthole. The last thing he told me that the other reason I wasn't getting an apology from him was because after I told Karen about his cheese stash yesterday, she unplugged his fish fridge. So she, like, ruined all the fish, is what you're saying. He didn't get home from work until late, and according to his Google search, all the refrigerated fish had to be thrown away. This is apparently my fault. Buddy, you're whipped. You're literally whipped. This woman is trying to control what you eat, bro. This is cray-cray. He said that we were even now. He didn't tell me much about the milk switch, and I snitched about his cheese. I tried explaining that they weren't the same thing, and I wasn't responsible for what she did, but he didn't care. Said he knew I wasn't allergic to nuts. I don't remember ever discussing that with him, but whatever. Oh, you dog is shitty. I asked if he truly believed that I didn't deserve any apologies from either of them, and he said yes. I told him if he couldn't see why what they did was wrong and apologize, I couldn't help him, and to give me a call when he got his balls back from his wife. He hung up on me. You're not wrong. It needed to be said. Yesterday, I thought I owed him an apology because I was wrong. I thought if we gave him one, we could maintain a friendship. Today, I think the problem was I was holding on to something that didn't exist anymore. Yeah, clearly things have changed. If they want to live in their little vegan bubble, by all means, go ahead, let them and do it. But, like, it just seems like your values do not align, and that's totally fine. Just because you've known him for a long time does not mean you have to remain friends. Until you guys reality checked me, I ignored a lot of things and gaslit myself. So thank you everybody for the smack to the back of the head. Everybody should have people like you in their lives. Thanks for reading. Oh, that is so sweet. I'm so glad you're supportive of it. I'm just so supportive as if he would ask you for help. It's so nice. He can't have balls in the house. They're not vegan. Neither is a backbone, apparently. What a total freaking weirdo. It's just weird, you know? Like, why can't people just not be weird? Just, you weird. You a weird ass is what you are. I'm particularly petty, so I would have actually said to him, call me for your next wedding. Call me when you get divorced. Literally, this is heading straight for divorce, I swear to God. He's absolutely in the wrong for what he did to you, but I also feel for him in some small measure, as it's clear by the wife deliberately spoiling his food that his wife is emotionally and physically toward him. I mean, yeah, I would agree with that. He doesn't see it right now, but he will. To be clear, it's not your responsibility. It isn't. Like, you've done your best. These are just telltale signs that this relationship is not going to work out. So are you the a-hole for ending a friendship because of a friend's vegan wife? Well, absolutely not. Thought I made a dent in the desk with that one. Am I the a-hole for telling one of my friends that I don't care how she feels about my husband? I, female 24, and my husband, male 26, got married just over a month ago in the best wedding I could have ever asked for. And one of my good friends, let's call her Elle, female 23, had a little issue with it. A little issue for a tissue? Elle and I have been friends since we were 3 and 4, and our sisters danced together at the same studio. I met my now husband when I was 10 at an audition for a musical and have been head over heels in love with him since I was 12, even though our story is a bit complicated. My husband and I had a situationship in our early teens and went on a few dates before we cut it off, due to us being a bit busy in our personal lives. But a week or so after we ended things, Elle asked him to prom with her. Come again?
He sure did.
I was angry at her at first, but I quickly got over it after I realized if it wasn't me, I'm glad she could be happy with him. The two never actually dated, but she did like him, even though he didn't feel the same way, and mostly went to prom with her because his best friend was Elle's brother. My husband and I started dating again when I turned 17, and we've been together ever since. I invited Elle to my wedding, even though we weren't as close as we used to be. I was just happy to have all my friends and family there with me on such a special day. Yeah, I bet Elle wasn't too happy about that. I'm just saying. Isn't it funny how people can go and like not steal, but you know, like kind of just like swoop in there, and they think it's fine when they do it, but when you do it, it's like, that's my job. After the initial ceremony, Elle came up to me at the reception when I was getting a drink from busting all my sick moves on the dance floor. I expected a congratulations from her to tell me she was happy for the two of us, but instead, she told me I shouldn't have married him because she dated him first. Did she though? I don't think she did, darling. I think that's actually not true. I think she got your sloppy seconds, actually. I didn't really think I'd heard her right, and I asked what she meant, prompting her to go on a rant about girl code. Oh, girl code. Well, you didn't seem to think that was too important when you started dating someone right after I dated them. And how she had him first. No, she didn't. And thought it should have been her that had gotten married to him instead of me. Well, it wasn't, now was it? Why didn't he choose you then? I was flabbergasted, and I took a moment to compose myself before telling her I didn't care how she felt about it. I was in love with my husband, and right now her feelings didn't matter. The fact that she did this at your wedding, my goodness. He was my husband, and she couldn't change that. You know, you got a nice little piece of paper right there that says you're married officially. She was just trying to ruin your day. I would have kicked her out, honestly. Sorry, you can leave now. Security!
What the hell is going on?
I did feel bad about how harsh I was to her when she left the wedding, and even her parents texted me that I was a bad friend for what I did to her. Shut up. Am I the a-hole for telling her her feelings didn't matter? No, they don't. She came up to you at your wedding and told you that she saw him first. Update. I talked to my husband yesterday after I posted this. Turns out his best friend, Elle's brother, told him that Elle didn't actually want to go to our wedding because she didn't think it was fair I was marrying him. She only told me about her feelings because her parents told her that she should shoot her shot with hubby. No wonder. My goodness. Shoot her shot at a wedding. Throw the whole family away. You're cray-cray. You're all drinking the Delulu lemonade. All right, I already know how I feel about this, but let's stroll down into the comments, shall we? Good on you. What a jerk move to tell that to any bride on her day. That's what I'm saying. It's like, if you felt that way, you shouldn't have gone. And I think it's interesting that she went and told the bride that. Like, what were you trying to achieve?
All right.
You're trying to guilt trip someone that you're not even friends with anymore. What did you expect her to do? After the wedding, you know, you literally just signed the nuptials, did the ceremony, paid for the wedding. Some girl comes up to you and is like, I had him first. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me just rip up the marriage certificate. Babe, just
Let
so
me know what you saw.
I'm shocked, officer.
I can't.
I have no idea.
This is off. The whole wedding is
I will proceed with the search.
She said that she saw you first. I actually saw you first, but she says that I shouldn't have married you because she wants you. So we're just not gonna be married anymore. I'm sorry. This is me divorcing you. I beg your
Let me see your drive.
pardon. But then the other thing is like, you didn't also go
Okay,
forward.
officer.
You never told him how you felt, clearly. You waited for someone else's wedding to try and sabotage a relationship. Let's just be clear here. Let's not be shooting any shots at the bride and groom at their wedding day. Actually, you had him first. Girl code didn't matter. Why does it matter now? It's been 7 years and she needs to move on. I would tell your husband and watch her. I wouldn't trust her going forward. Yeah, let's...
I will now...
Fine. Now I need to be on my way.
I'm sorry, girl code? By her logic, she ignored girl code by going to prom with him after you dated. And a week after they dated, too. Also, who says that to someone on their wedding day? A delusional B-word.
I have to arrest...
You're making a big mistake, officer.
That they did a poor job of raising her. She sounds obsessed with your hugs. Time for a block party. Block party! Let's throw a block party! Congrats and have a happy marriage. Yes, have a very happy marriage. Not the a-hole by all rights. He was yours first, and she moved in on him, breaking girl code and asking him to
I have to arrest you for having an open warrant. Please move to the sidewalk.
Please, officer.
And she waits to tell you her feelings after you married him. I would have kicked her butt out.
Can you tell me what you saw?
I'm still recovering from the crash. My mind is blank.
All right. I'm just collecting a sample to check if you...
to not work out, so she could move in on him. I have no doubt that she'd do the same now. She would. She absolutely would. Let's not pretend that we have morals.
Please allow me to collect a sample to see if you're under the...
whole time. Didn't matter that you guys were friends. So, are you the a-hole for telling one of your friends that you don't care how she feels about your husband? Absolutely not. What's this guy? Hey everybody, welcome back. This is when friends are more than mildly infuriating.
I need to do a search on you.
Not the a-hole! Am I the a-hole?
Would you please show me your ID?
Sure. Here you go, officer.
Wedding right before I was supposed to give a speech and texting her husband after the wedding, causing them to get a divorce. All rise for the Honorable Dutch Charlotte. Thank you, thank you. Silence! Context! We shall First, I have severe anxiety, so I take anxiety medicine to stop the panic attacks from happening. Second, when you're taking anxiety medicine for a long time, your body gets used to that normal feeling of not having anxiety. So when you stop taking it, your anxiety hits you like a truck. Shove it right up your hairy. I know this firsthand. You go through what is called withdrawal, my darling. Third, me and the bride and groom were childhood best friends. So they both wanted me to give a speech at the reception. A week before the wedding, my friend, let's call her Kate,
I have to search...
invited to the wedding into a group chat to say drugs weren't allowed at the wedding. This made sense to me because I know she has family that struggle with addiction, so I ignored it because obviously my medicine wasn't included in this rule, right? Right? Fast forward to the wedding day, and I made sure to take my medication with me.
You're under arrest.
Please don't do that.
And actually do the speech I prepared. An hour later, Kate pulled me to the side and asked if I brought my medicine. I told her yes, of course. I couldn't do the speech without them. Kate.
Are you crazy? I said no drugs at my wedding, and that includes prescription medication.
You're under arrest for driving...
No, don't! Please, officer!
Suck it up for me. I'm your best friend.
Are you serious? You know that's not how it works.
It's my wedding. I thought you were better than that.
After a few minutes of
Here's your
talking,
Seems
I
okay.
told her, fine, I'll get rid of them. I lied about doing so, but I can't do the speech then. She reluctantly
I need backup to take a...
before walking away visibly upset. After a while of enjoying
Understood.
the wedding,
The closest
I could feel
available
my
unit will be
medicine
dispatched to your
wearing off.
location.
So I started hanging out in the background by the food table,
Oh, yeah.
far away from everyone.
Please take your...
Thank you, officer.
Sounds like you have not only anxiety, but maybe like a little bit of panic disorder.
I need some backup.
You have panic attacks all the time. It's really, really hard to control.
Understood. We're sending the
Without
closest
medication,
transport to
like,
your
I know
location.
Someone who's very close to me who has panic disorder and really severe anxiety, and they cannot stop themselves from having a panic attack. Like any situation in which they are in a crowd of people
Please
or
cool.
speaking in front of people, they get like really sweaty and they keep like in their head they're like, everybody's staring at me and my sweat, and then it spirals into this like massive thing, and
ID?
they have a massive panic attack, and then they have to essentially leave.
Here you go, officer.
And this affects them so much that they can't give a speech at my wedding. I get it. I understand. I, want them to be comfortable. I'm sad about them not being able to speak at my wedding, but like it's okay. I'm just happy that they're gonna be there. I just find it quite delulu that you have a medical condition and she's telling you not to take anything for it, something that you actually like need to.
I'll just leave.
Thanks a lot, officer.
All like the older people that have medication as well, or is it just you?
This is your accident report.
Thank you so much,
She
officer.
announces the names of people who were going to give the speeches. To my surprise, she still called out my name and even went as far as saying,
It's
my
fine.
best friend Casper is going to give a speech.
We're
first
done.
because she
You
knows
can
how
leave
much
now.
she
Have a good
needs
day.
me and the groom. My heart started to pound out of my chest as people started to look at me, so I ran to the bathroom. Oh dear, yeah. Like I don't even have like I have anxiety, but I would freak out.
I have a car here that needs towing. Please send a tow truck to my current location.
Your location is not currently accessible.
Cancel the tow truck. It's no longer necessary, thank you.
Copy that. I'll call the tow truck back.
I've got a vehicle here for towing. Can you send a tow truck to my current location?
Tow truck will arrive at your location shortly, officer.
So I texted him about why I didn't do the speech and what Kate said to me about sucking it up, and a few other red flags I have ignored until now. As much as this was about me being petty, it was also about how I didn't want his sister to have to go through what I went through with Kate.
No choice.
Some part of me was worried
Hey
what
there,
if Kate
officer.
forced his sister to do something without her
Hey there.
medicine and she gets hurt. The very next afternoon, I get a text from her family that I'm close with that I'm an a-hole for leaving Kate when she needed me the most. Kate texted me later that night saying, "You always wanted him, didn't you?" How did we get from like, don't take your medication at my wedding to you're in love with my husband?
I have a vehicle here that needs towing. I need a wrecker at my current location. Please cancel.
There's a traffic jam in your vicinity. Tow truck will be sent to your location as soon as the route is canceled, officer.
The bride.
There's an emergency. Urgent response required.
I'll see to it.
Officer available.
This is the thing about gossip, right? This is the thing about gossip. This is the thing about talking.
I have a car here that needs towing. Please send a tow truck to my current location.
It ain't gossip.
Your location is not currently
I have a car
accessible.
here that needs
Take
towing.
care of it in the
Please
next
send a tow
24
truck to my
hours.
current location.
No tow truck is currently on hand. We'll
I
send
need
one to your
backup to take a
location
subject
as
into
soon as
custody.
it's available.
Understood. The closest available unit will be dispatched to your location.
Having an issue with, like, let's say your family are alcoholics or your family were addicts and you want to have kind of like a sober wedding. I can understand that completely. But
Excuse
the
me.
thing is like prescription medication is something that
Hi,
people
officer.
often need to
I'm trying to
question,
find
and the two
Blackbird
things are
Theater.
not synonymous.
Can you point me in the
It
right
would be
direction,
nice
please?
if they
Of
didn't
course.
need medication.
Let me check the map to find the closest
I
one.
know a few people who sometimes I wonder if they would be better off without their prescription medication. But they've been on prescription medication for so long that like taking them off it anytime that they've tried
I see.
has
Doesn't look too
resulted
close.
in
Luckily, I
literally,
still
like,
have
a
time to get
meltdown,
there.
Like an absolute fucking meltdown. You can't just like stop your body from taking medication. You have to slowly wean yourself off of it under the supervision of a doctor. Okay. So no, you can't just stop taking your pills because someone tells you not to. Like, this is something that has to be done in like a controlled environment. And what's more, I really fail to understand how you having an anxiety disorder affects her at all. I tried to reason with her, and this wasn't my fault, but she wouldn't budge on her judgment, so I told her maybe it's better if we aren't friends. Me and the groom are still good friends, but I haven't seen Kate in 2 years now. When I go through my pictures of all three of us together, I sometimes wish we could have worked things out. So am I the a-hole? So adding a few things, I want to address a few comments and clear some things up. First, they were officially married before the wedding. Secondly, I didn't take my medicine or leave to my car to take it in secret because a part of me wanted to show her what following her ridiculous rule did to me. Oh, interesting.
I'm really interested.
Interesting. Third, the reason why her rule extended from drugs to prescribed medicine was because a few members in her family faked illnesses to get prescription drugs. Okay, interesting. I can understand that there are people that abuse the system, and
We have a traffic stop that needs to be handled.
In some places in the world, I think it's like it's up to OP when if she wants to go off of the prescription medication, and it's not up to anybody else.
You're taking taking too long. Sending another unit.
Real, she would let me bring my prescribed medicine. I think that she genuinely should have discussed this with you beforehand. If the pills and the extended to the prescription pills, and then you could have chosen whether or
Hi,
not
officer.
you wanted to
Could you help me out, please?
under the guise of
Assistance
Hi, officer.
required.
I'm looking for the stadium.
I am deep in
Can you
this
please
case
point
right
me in the
now.
right direction?
I see. That's where the
But
stadium
I
is.
just really don't understand why she wants to die on this. The two things are not synonymous. There are people that abuse prescription, but that doesn't mean that all people do.
Forget it. I'll figure it out myself.
Response required. Officer available?
Medication is not. She set you up to fail and to have a panic attack, not the a-hole. I think it's a very controlling and bridezilla thing to do, quite frankly. It's not up to you. Precisely when she demanded diabetic forego insulin and older relatives give their blood pressure medicine, an asthma sufferer leave their inhaler at home, she was being ridiculous. She was. Your wedding must be really that perfect if you're looking for that. This didn't have to happen.
You did it. I didn't. You did it.
So are you the a-hole for leaving your best friend's wedding right before you were supposed to give a speech and texting her husband after the wedding, causing them to get a divorce? I mean, listen, you were a little petty. You were. But oftentimes I genuinely feel when you're marrying someone that you need to know the full picture, right? You need to know exactly what you're doing. And then that person can decide whether or not they want to be in your life, be in that person's life for the rest of their life. I think this is pretty important information. I would want to know if Mike was going around telling, you know, my friends with disorders that they weren't allowed to have their medication at my wedding. Like, I would want to know. I'm sure you didn't intend for them to get divorced, but he should know exactly what he's dealing with. So are you the a-hole? I don't know. I don't think you are. I don't think you are. I think that you took matters into your own hands, and if she hadn't behaved like an a-hole, you would have literally no reason to do what you did. Your actions were a reaction to her disrespect. Not the a-hole! R.I.P. your headphones. Am I the a-hole for telling my lifelong best friend to F off after making out with and grabbing my husband? I'm gonna say grabbing, but in a way that so she didn't keep her hands to herself, if you know what I'm saying. Put her in the court. I, 59 female, have been married to my husband, 51 male, let's call him Tom, for 14 years. I have been, quote, best friends, air quotes, with, let's call her Amber, 59 female, for more than 50 years, and her current husband, who I will call Frank, 59 male, for about 30 years. I do not know him well. For context, we grew up doing absolutely everything together, including family vacations. As young adults, life, marriage, and kids happened. We almost rapidly. Once kids were gone, we began hanging out more and more, and our relationship was like no time had passed. We typically hung out with our husbands at my house, since mine is always gone, but periodically, we all four got together. Quote-unquote, incident took place last summer when we got together with her and her husband at our house. My husband Tom was manning the grill, which was out by another structure. Everyone was having cocktails, sitting in lawn chairs, laughing, talking.
You're taking too long. Sending another
I had
unit.
way less to drink than anyone else, as I had been running back and forth to the house prepping the food, running items to and from the grill, and just getting things prepped to eat when the food was done. Tom, Frank, and Amber all stayed out by the grill, listening to music and talking while the grill was running. I joined between going back and forth. I'm not sure how much they drank, but they could still walk and talk, so it's not like
We require an officer to handle a traffic stop. Can you take care of it?
I'm busy with other issues at the moment.
My final trip to the house was to carry a large bag
We need support. Who's available?
I'm like,
Can you send a tow truck to my current location?
Sorry, I am busy with
I have a
something
vehicle
else.
here that needs towing.
No tow truck is currently on hand. We'll send one to your location as soon as it's available.
what happened? What's wrong? He's throwing their stuff in their car, and I'm having a very difficult time getting
Dispatch here. We have an emergency. Any
Copy that.
available officers, please
As
respond.
soon as I walked away with the food, Amber, who was sitting on a lawn chair by Tom, and Tom, my effing husband, began furiously making out and handsing each other, including hands in the clothes, the bottom half of the clothes.
You disgust me.
Go on.
Do you guys love to watch me struggle trying to make this video monetizable? And there's also kids watching. Babies watch me, guys, so keep it PG. Okay, so they were for sure having an affair. Because what in the actual fuck did they think they were doing? We were literally both at the house. Like, both the spouses were there. Frank wasn't that far away and caught that. I don't know if I honestly wish I could tell myself. Frank, no one got past me. And if it had been me, there would have been endless meeting until someone physically made me stop. And yes, I did. Now, Tom, so I'm sure this was no different. And because of this, I got kind of thinking what happened. I've heard this news also figured out the call, but I gave it back.
Firearm present. North Dispatch A1 Athlete North Dispatch Home 456. North Dispatch Home 456.
And the way that I jumped, like he grabbed me by the waist, and the way that I jumped, I flew like 5 feet. That should be your only reaction to being touched or kissed or attempted to kiss by somebody that is not yours. And the fact that it wasn't, it means that they either were having an affair or I forced Tom to apologize 3 days later and he moved on, or so I thought. Fast forward to 6 months later, I went to Tom's home because things had been so bad, and I suspected he was cheating or had cheated. Not with Amber, as I found out earlier he had been going to another house for months on end, roughly the same time of day each time we went. That's the entire person. Out of prison, some plan is being performed. Talking about me, and not in a flat. Basically insinuating how stupid I was for the purchase I had made with my own money that Amber thought was cool and supported to my fiance, and other similar things put me down and telling him how she was there for him anytime, blah, blah, blah.
I've arrived at the scene and we'll take care of it.
Your husband! No idea if they got together for any talks or not. I was so shocked and hurt, I was dumbfounded. I sat on it for a few days because of how hurt I was. And the more I thought, the more
Hey there,
I saw
officer.
red.
Hey there.
I made the decision to send her all the screenshots I had taken of everything that was said about me so she could
Tell me what you saw.
That person was swerving left and
right. Also, for context, I should say that Amber and Frank struggle financially, and the last few years, anytime she's asked, I've loaned her money, provided.
All right. I'm just collecting a sample to check if you've had any
This is the thing about, like, helping your friends. Like, I love to help my friends. I genuinely do. But sometimes I feel that helping your friends, especially
I'm just collecting a
financially,
sample to
leads
see if you...
like, resentment. Like, they resent you. And I know this firsthand because I actually helped a friend when she was, you know, just got out of the hospital, couldn't work, and she asked
I need to
me
do a search
send
on you.
money, and I did. And then, you know, she was in like a very bad situation, and she would only ever reach out to me when she was in this bad situation, or she wanted attention, or she wanted something.
Pay attention to me, I'm bored.
Eventually, I kind of just stopped responding. because
Let me see your
I don't know,
ID.
like, I don't know, like the friendship was a little one-sided.
Sure, officer.
And then
Here you go.
she went on social media and posted nasty things about me, lied about me, like said nasty things about my family. It was like, wow, you know,
I'm not gonna give you-
like,
I
if read her
appreciate your
messages,
kindness,
she said
officer.
that, like, I was the one thing that helped her get through her rough patch. Like, if I hadn't helped her, she would have, like, essentially lost everything. She would have had to, like, you know, move out of her place. She couldn't afford
Can you
rent.
describe what you...
The
fact
way
that
that
I
person
helped
was
her in her
driving
time of
looked
need, and
downright
she still
dangerous.
found it in her to go online and say terrible things about me. It
I have
really
a person who's...
hurt. Like, that hurt my feelings, and I'm pretty sure she watches this channel, and if you're watching, babe, like, that sucked. And it makes me, like, hesitant to help anyone. Like, it really makes me very hesitant to, like, I want to help. Like, my first instinct is always to help, but then it kind of comes back to, like, bite me in the ass, you know? To that point, it's kind of like, wow, like, you helped her a lot.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. obviously talk badly
You'd better
about
accompany
you,
me
but
for
want
further
your
diagnosis.
husband. Like that's crazy.
Sure, Doc. I'll try.
And by loaned, I mean no one ever paid me back. Come to think of it, my food containers weren't returned either for the items I had prepared. I sent tons of canned goods too. So I told her how I hadn't done anything but help them as much as
What's
I could,
up,
and
officer?
how sick it made me, and how hurt I was by her
Hey.
not only talking so bad about me, but saying those things to my husband. And she basically really called me stupid and told my husband how wrong I was for making that purchase, and how she knew I way overspent for that item. Yeah, because she wants you to give her the money instead.
This is the worst.
And the more I typed, the madder I got, and all at once it hit me like a crack upside my head. Yep, here's your sign. She wasn't the victim in that tongue down the throat session with my husband. She was an equal participant. Yeah, she wants what you have, baby. She wants what you have, baby girl. I obviously can't prove this because, again, I didn't see it or catch them, but I just suddenly felt it so strongly after seeing how they talked about me. I feel
Tell
like
me
she's
what you
trying
saw.
to be like,
That
"Hey,
driver seems drunk,
or,
officer.
Like
You should...
make your husband not love you as much because she wants to swoop on in there.
You'll take a test
I
to
told
see
her
if
to
you've been
F
driving under the
right off,
influence
out
of
my life
drugs.
for good and never come back, and that I was effing done with them. Except I use all the bad words and I use them a lot. So, am I the a-hole for telling
Please
my
cooperate.
best friend to F off, among other things, or should I have given her a chance to explain? I think that you need to trust your intuition, babes.
People don't have to say it. They can feel it.
Let me have a look at your...
I think that pattern recognition is important.
Here you go, officer.
I think that some people are better at pattern recognition than others, and I think that what happened when you realized that she was not the victim was you recognized a pattern there. You recognized that this person resented you for
Please cooperate for...
giving them money, resented you for the fact that you could buy anything you wanted, and was talking badly about you to your husband. For what end, we don't know. But like regardless of whether or not she was the victim, she can all the way off for how she talked about you, and then was in the meantime asking for more money and help from you, all the way off. Like literally go suck an egg. You suck! I'm projecting, I am. But you get what I mean. Of all the people to do this to, someone who helped you, that's not a friend.
I don't like you.
Also, you should know she's never tried to explain, and it's now April. I've never heard from them again. My marriage was never problem-free, mostly because of his drinking. I've had a lawyer retained for a while now, but I haven't filed. Yeah, I was also going to say that your husband is also at fault here. Like, let's not forget that. And you guys caught him cheating, like, with your best friend.
Yeah, that sounds bad.
If anyone has any advice, I would love to hear it. This, to me, was the ultimate betrayal of the two people I've never in a million years would believe would do this to me together. There are some people who are willing to forgive cheating. I'm not one of those people. There are some people who are willing to forgive betrayal. I am not one of those people, especially when it comes to betrayal by someone who you went out of your way to help. You're blocked. You're done.
Okay, let's just check if you're under the influence of
In
alcohol.
this situation, I would absolutely file for divorce. It's not my marriage, though, and you need to decide what is best for you. I just don't really think that you'd be able to look at him the same way.
I just need to collect a
Like, if you stayed
sample
with
to...
him, like, I just feel like the resentment would always be there. You are surrounded by horrible people. Drop them all, divorce and block all of them. Period. Keep the money to yourself immediately. Go
Show
get
me
a
your
divorce
ID.
divorce attorney. If you have proof of all the money she borrowed
Here you
and
go,
her
officer.
supposed intent to pay you back, I might also suggest small claims, depending on the amount. Well, the money I gave was a gift. Absolutely did not intend to ever be paid back. So I wish I could ask for the money back. I think it sounds like everybody
I need
in
to
the
do a
comments
search on
also
you to...
thinks, like, divorce. All right, so OP has updated in the comments saying that she is going to file for divorce. Let's not judge her in this situation, guys. Like, I think she already has enough problems to deal with.
I got a lot going
Can you
on
tell me
right
what you
now.
saw?
I know how to
On that
drive.
note,
I
fully support you if you do want to divorce this person, and I genuinely think that you should never talk to that friend again. You are not.
You're being a...
Please,
If
no.
anyone's the a-hole, it's her. She showed her true colors. You are not the a-hole. Siscat. These psycho roommates made me.
Can you describe what you
crash
saw?
the
I was driving normally.
out. My roommates
All right, let me...
sent me a condescending checklist and then lost their minds when I stood up for myself. I love that this says trigger warning.
I'll just need to take a
I'm
sip.
very triggered by entitlement. Thank you for the warning. I, female 22, live with a roommate, female 27, who, frankly, barely cleans. I'm the one who's constantly wiping counters,
Show me your
taking out
driver's
trash,
license.
doing dishes, cleaning up after her dog when she
Yeah,
doesn't,
sure,
all while working full-time and trying to keep the peace. I don't nitpick, I don't complain every time I clean something up. I just try to do my part and sometimes hers so the place stays livable. I've always had this mentality too. I had a bunch of roommate situations. I lived with roommates for a very, very long time. I left my home,
Pat
with
down.
my parents at a young age, and I always just felt like, and listen, not everybody feels this way, but I would rather the home be clean and everybody do their part and everybody feel
Put your hands up
good
slow.
about doing their part because everyone else is doing their part than to have like a checklist and like, you know, one person does this, one person does that. To me, it's a better living situation for everyone if everyone just pitches in whenever they can. I feel like you should have the mentality that when you are sharing a space with someone else, and this crosses over to like relationships, when you're living with your significant other, what was I saying? Everybody pitches in and everybody maintains the place and keeps it clean. You should want to keep your space.
The reason why you're under arrest.
Is this a joke? Disadvantage or inconvenience people by leaving a mess, and they should feel the same toward you. So the one time my roommate finally decides to clean, and by clean I mean wipe the stove and toss out some trash, she texts me this long message while I'm at work. Oh, interesting. Okay, so the one time she does clean, and now she's like, well, I clean for you. Not to have a conversation, but to give me a passive-aggressive list of reminders about wiping the
Here's a
stove
ticket.
after
I didn't
use
expect it to be
putting
that.
my drinks away, emptying the dishwasher before she needs it, and sticking to some decor-only counter rule that she mentioned once forever ago, like it was a binding contract. It's interesting that she did not clock all of the things that you did and is now holding it against you when you didn't do it one time and she had to do it. You
I
know
have
what
to
would
arrest.
do in
Oh,
this
come
situation
on. You
is
must be
I'm
kidding
petty.
me.
If she's not aware of how much work you put in, I would literally just stop putting in the work so she sees exactly how much you're doing. What's gonna happen when you leave? The place is gonna fall apart. Please don't tell anyone how I live. She even made a weird point to say she cleaned out the, quote, oil and asparagus in the trash. Like that was some noble act that needed public acknowledgement. This is why I don't like bringing problems, because a lot of the time people just sort of react defensively and they're like, well, you didn't do that. And more often than not, it's kind of just like projection, right? The message was condescending.
I have a vehicle here that needs towing. I need a wrecker at my current location, please.
There's a traffic jam in your vicinity. Tow truck will be sent to your location as soon as the route is clear.
More than she probably realizes. I said if we're going to start keeping tabs, I'll
I have a vehicle here that needs towing. I need a wrecker at my current location, please.
Sure. The wrecker is en route
This
to
is your
location.
Okay. Thank you, officer.
She came back defensive, accusing me of
Backup
overreacting,
requested to
saying she
take.
was just asking me to pick up after myself.
Copy that. The nearest available unit will be sent to your current location.
We ended up fighting in person where she kept gaslighting me, telling me I was delusional and twisting
Here's your
everything
ex.
I
Thank you
said.
so much,
I snapped
officer.
at her and called her a bitch. Not proud of it, that crossed the line, and I owned it. I sent her a
Backup
respectful
request.
apology for the name calling, and I told her I shouldn't have said that, but I still
Copy that. The
found
nearest
boundaries.
available unit will be sent to your current location.
And I wasn't going to keep going in circles. And that all I wanted was for us to live respectfully and decently, nothing more.
Cancel the
Her
tow truck.
response?
It's no longer necessary, thank you.
You're going to want to bite your tongue next time.
Copy that. I'll call the tow truck back.
Beyond my boundaries. Keep your apologies.
I've got a vehicle here for towing. Can you send a tow truck to my current location?
Don't stop going to therapy.
Tow truck will be at your location shortly.
Absolutely not. So that's where we are now. I guess I struck a nerve. Absolutely struck a nerve. There's also a downfall to like doing the most for other people. Number one, they don't appreciate
Don't resist
it, or
and
don't
get
even
into the
realize that you're doing it. And number two, they might resent you. I've been trying to be the adult, do my share, and not make everything a thing. But the one time I speak up and set a boundary, I'm suddenly the problem. She acts like I'm a monster for reacting to her disrespect, and all I've been doing is trying to live peacefully in a space we both pay for. I'm tired of walking on eggshells around people who can dish it, but lose their mind when it's handed back to them. I'm not perfect, but I've been fair. I've tried, and now I'm just done. Thanks for letting me get that out. Oh, you're welcome. And how long do you have left on the lease? Okay, so people are kind of saying in the comments you should probably find a new place to live. OOP says her lease ends soon. She already
Okay,
has the next
here's your ex.
apartment behind goods. She threatened to end the lease now, but I can't afford it, and I'm not sure if
You're
she
good to
can
go.
either. Another person responds, that's why you're already planning to part ways. She can't deal with mild abandonment issues, so she picked a fight.
This
and
is your-
dug in as
Okay.
hard as she could. It's hard to know the psychology behind some of
It's
these
fine.
outbursts when you're sharing a space with other people. Maybe she just wanted to make you feel like you were the problem. Who knows? So we do have
I have a car here.
A couple of days after the fight with my roommate, where she disrespected
A wrecker has already been dispatched to your location.
apologized for using that language, and then
I have a car here that needs towing. Please send a tow truck to my current location.
The wrecker has already been dispatched to your location.
I slowly started moving stuff back into my room. One of those things was my Snapware Pyrex set from Costco. I had originally let her use it, but it's mine, and I always intended to take it with me when I moved out. Ooh, she's getting petty. I love it. Anyways, I found one of them in the fridge with some soggy chicken that had clearly been sitting there for days. It looked gross, so I tossed it. When she got home and realized I threw away her food, she got super mad and started loudly talking about me on the phone to whoever she was talking to. I ignored it and just went to bed. The next morning while I was showering and getting ready, she starts yelling at me, asking where the trash bags are. I asked which ones, because I thought I had bought the last pack, and there's no way we had finished them. She starts gaslighting me, saying they were hers from the shop, whatever that means. Jeez. I was too tired for drama, so I just gave her the trash bags and I told her not to use my stuff anymore. She flipped and said I was unbearable to live with and that I should just leave and she wanted me gone. Or you could leave. So I said, fine, you know what? I'll leave.
What's
Later
up,
that
officer?
Day, I went to the leasing office to explain the situation. They gave us 3 options. 1, we both transferred second units. 2, we break the lease early. 3, I
Hey.
got my name from the lease, pay a fee, and she shows proof, pay stubs, that she can afford the rent on her own. Later that night, she texted me asking, do you want to leave or do you want me to? I said, I'll leave. I told the leasing office and asked them to follow up with her.
Tell me what you saw.
I'm still in.
That same day, I went to tour an
You'll take a
apartment
test to
at
see if...
night. It was the exact unit I wanted and I applied to be. Fast forward to today, and I got approved. I'm moving in tomorrow. Yay! But here's where it gets messy again. Let me guess, she didn't realize
Please
the
co-op.
consequences of you moving out. Typical. A few days ago, I asked the leasing office if they'd received her pay stubs. They said no. Shocking, coming from someone who's very
Would you please show...
messy. Even though they'd asked her 3 times, she kept
Okay,
saying
officer.
she'd email them. She never did. So today I texted her again, letting her know I'm moving out and the leasing office still needs her pay stubs. She responds, I can't. I asked, what do you mean you can't? She says she can't send them or she can't afford it, which she never expressed that she couldn't afford it. Okay, then why you be acting like this, bestie? This is a whole lot of entitlement for someone who can't even afford a place on her own. The basic standard for living with people is to
I'll let you
number
go
1,
with a
not
verbal
make
warning.
situations
Thank you,
stressful
officer.
for others, and number 2, pick up after yourself. You're not gonna find a roommate. Or if you did, they'd also be a slob and you'd be living in a pigsty. You're not gonna find a roommate.
I'll let you go with a verbal...
What a relief. Thanks, officer.
I honestly still don't know what she meant. I reminded her that this was the option she agreed to, and if she wanted to stay, this is what
I need to do
happen. I told her again, I'm moving out. If you want to stay here, that's on you. Then she says, let's just break the lease then. I told her again, I can't afford that, which is why we agreed I'd just leave and she could stay. She responds,
This is your...
Okay. Thank you, officer.
It's fine.
I guess I'll have to leave too then. It's interesting that she's like asking you for help and for you to change the plan after being such a jerk to you. You don't have the bargaining chips right now, bestie. The ball is not in your court. I honestly don't know if she's just being petty playing games or genuinely doesn't understand the situation. Doesn't like the brightest crayon.
I have a car here that needs towing. Please send a tow truck to my current location.
Tow truck will be at your location as soon as possible.
Honestly, it doesn't really seem like your problem anymore, bestie. I feel like I've told this story before, but I had a roommate once that refused to do dishes, and then one time I just like stopped doing them because I was really the only person doing it. And then so it got so bad.
We have a traffic stop that requires taking care of.
And smelly. I actually heard her once. She came in the door and blamed me. She was talking to her and she was blaming me for not doing the dishes. And I was like, we were actually best friends before this, and like I barely talked to her. I haven't spoken to her in like 10 years.
You're taking too long to reach the scene. We're sending another unit.
And then when it came to my turn, I actually there's your answer. Am I the idiot for ending a friendship after
We need support. Who's available?
I have a vehicle that needs towing. Can you send a tow truck to my current location, please?
Your location is not currently accessible. We'll take care of it in the next
This is
24
Patrol
hours.
4561. I'll deal with the accident.
Hey! Hey! Pull over to the side of the road!
telling Heather that a joke she made hurt Natalie's feelings. She was really angry, and I apologized to her, saying I hurt her. She
Roger
I
that.
love my
Please
friends,
respond.
and I hate hurting them in any way. I wanted to work to be better, and I thought she did too. Fast forward to November. She got mad at me again. This time for leaving the stove on while finishing up making pancakes for the house. She told me, "You can't keep making mistakes like this." I finally snapped. "You know what? Just enjoy the pancakes." And I sat down. She stormed off. "So wait, you did her a favor?"
I've detained you because...
So what? People like...
And instead of thanking me,
I have to...
I don't have that much money.
this whole like getting mad
You're good to go.
thing is her way of controlling. I'm one for apologizing. It keeps the peace, it's whatever. It's supposed to make things easier for everyone, and oftentimes when both people apologize for how they can handle the situation better, your friendship ends up being better as well. But I do know not a good friend. They just get mad over little things that are miscommunications, and then when I try to like talk to them about it and explain, no, that's not what I mean at all. I want to like work this out. They refuse to communicate. It's a control thing. I guarantee you, it's a control thing. I went to talk to her later, saying we both needed to speak to each other with more respect. Her response threw me a bit. I beg your pardon. I asked what she meant, thinking, hoping it was a joke, and she casually admitted she'd been trying to figure out something she could put on my pancakes to make me sick. Oh, that's kind of illegal. She remembered my allergy, latex. But when that wasn't an option, she tried to think of something in the house that would make me ill. Medication, poison, specifically mentioning arsenic. Oh, hell no! You live with a Holmes murderer. Then she brushed it off with, "It's fine. I wasn't actually going to do it. I just wanted to fantasize a little, I guess." Hey, man, that's messed up. I'd be scared for my life. I told my other roommate, obviously. I told my therapist. I told my dad. More than anything, I was scared. My friend, the person I live with, enjoyed fantasizing about harming me when I got a little snappy. For months, I was paranoid about communal food. I didn't eat leftovers. I tiptoed around the house because even if she was joking, what if next time she actually did something? I tried to move past it, but I never felt like I really could. Yeah, I feel like her mentioning that was her way of scaring you into submission. And like, guess what? It worked. It's a control thing. She wanted to control you to do whatever she wanted.
The suspect needs to be transported. Thank you for taking over.
I need some...
Understood. We're sending the closest transport to your location.
I said yes, but something felt off. Natalie used
We require support. Who's available?
I asked Heather what the message was, or if she'd seen it too, and she said she wasn't sure either. We both asked Natalie in the group chat. She tried to lie, but eventually she admitted, "Oh, I meant to text Heather, but I guess I should just come clean now." She confessed that she meant to text Heather privately, but actually
This is Patrol 4561. I'll look after the accident. I need you to be
she
cooperative
licked
and
the
follow.
leftover pancakes that Heather ate. She had run into my room and used my laptop to delete the text. I have an older Mac, and she unsent the message. She went through my messages.
We require an officer to handle a traffic stop. Can you take care of
Then
it?
Heather told me the truth. Her admitting to messing with our food was a cover story, true, but a cover. Because what really happened, what Heather knew and couldn't keep from me, was that Natalie had read my journal. For context, I'm 26. My journal isn't a daily diary with playground crushes, and that mom made me.
You're taking too long to reach the scene. We're sending another unit.
Entries about my family, relationships, self-image, and entries processing trauma. I used it before and after therapy sessions. Things I never wanted anyone to see. Hence,
What's up,
the
officer?
journal-like nature
Hey.
of the journal. I had a full breakdown at this point. The next morning,
We require an officer to
I'm
take
on
care
it.
of transporting an arrestee. Anyone available?
So we'll just be roommates until then. Because the truth of it was, I had trusted and cared for her, and she messed with my shared food, invaded my privacy, and broke my sense of security. She took my computer and lied about why, and read my journal. She just said, "Yeah, understandable, sorry." Well, for someone who demands apologies, that sure is a habit. I told her I need to feel like I have some control over my privacy. She agreed, saying, "Yeah, I would too. Honestly, I'd put cameras up." Okay. I told her I wasn't comfortable with that. It felt unfair to have cameras in a house where we all live. She said, "Okay," and thanked me for considering that aspect. I thought that was it. Oh, Lord. Yesterday, I found out from our mutual friends that Natalie's now telling people I put hidden tiny nanny cams around the house, including in the shared bedroom that guests use. Oh, absolutely not. No. Claiming the situation she created, the consequences of her actions. Anyway, now I don't know what to do.
Hey, partner. I have a foot patrol shift today. I'll let you
I need
take care of
backup
the
to take a
suspect. Thanks for the support.
Understood. The closest available unit will be dispatched to your location.
Could you please help me, officer? I have to meet a group at this area with the psychedelic deer monument. Point me towards it, please.
Yeah, I know that place. Let me mark the location.
I genuinely think that you should contact your landlord or even consider filing like a police report because this is hella messed up. Like, I am crashing out reading this. Hence the title of this video.
No way.
She just seems so unbelievably delulu.
This is
I
Patrol
appreciate your help,
4561
officer,
taking
but
care of
this
the
is not what I
accident.
was looking for. This one is too far away.
For your safety, and I think that you need to escalate this. Update. Thank you all for your concern. I did reach out to my landlord who told me to file a police report, right? They stated they could do nothing until one was filed, which sucked, but it was understandable.
We have a
I
traffic
decided
stop
not
that
to file
requires
one
taking
because I
care
knew a
of.
report would make things worse. Living with someone who has a history of trying to or fantasizing about harming me when they're upset didn't seem like a good situation to report these incidents to the police in. So you'd rather live in this situation?
Hey, officer.
My roommate moved out this week and is staying with her parents, but all of her things are still
You're
here.
taking too
In the
long.
time since
Sending
I've
another
been
unit.
ended any friendship, she's been a terrible roommate. I think this is either to piss off or run off Heather and I from the house. She left trash all over the house, food on the counter for days, spilling things on the floor and not cleaning them, letting her dogs pee on things and not cleaning
Let
it,
me see your ID,
slamming doors and cabinets while the house is sleeping, etc.
Sure, officer.
Support required. Any officers available?
Clean. I started baking again and I found a new apartment. That's the update. Not exciting, but an update. I mean, I do have to admit, I kind of wish that you got the police involved. Because be freaking for real, dude. This is crazy. So are you the a-hole for ending a friendship after a roommate licked your food?
This is Patrol
So
4561. I'll look after the
because you're
accident.
terrified of your roommate and don't want to be friends with her anymore?
I'll let you go with...
Thank you, officer.
Am I the a-hole for not telling my roommate?
All right, you're...
House. Brief backstory. About a year ago, my last remaining grandparent passed away, and my father inherited all the
We
assets
require an
of the
officer to
house.
handle a
I've
traffic
been
stop.
saving
Can you
for a
take care of
nice
it?
down payment, at least 50%, so I could have a lower mortgage payment each month, thus allowing me to save money for travel. When my father inherited this house, which he had no interest in moving into, he offered to sell it to me for slightly below market value, with the caveat that he and my stepmother would eventually
You're taking too long to reach the scene. We're sending another
because
unit.
They're both incredible people who are not at all invasive and who give me their privacy if they would. So I paid a 60% down payment, financed the rest of the unit. Present day. About 6 months ago, I started considering renting out the furnished basement apartment. It has 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and a living room, and a small kitchen.
Any officers available? We need assistance.
My city and needed a place. He's a brand new teacher and doesn't make great money, so he needed a place that wasn't expensive. I offered to let him rent my basement for way less than market rate,
This is Patrol 4561. I can take that.
He got very upset.
Officer help requested for transporting an arrestee. Please respond.
I'm not available at the moment.
He's already paying less. I mean, listen, you signed a year-long lease. If you couldn't pay that much, you shouldn't have lived there. You seem pretty happy.
We have a situation that needs to be taken care of. Is anyone available?
For the record, an apartment similar to the one in my house would be well over twice what he's paying, closer to 3 times for something as nice. He asked how much.
Hey! Pull over your vehicle! I want to talk to you.
And I said, why does that matter? You're getting a nice.
This is Patrol 4561 taking care of the accident.
And you're paying an amount. My personal finances aren't really factored. He stormed out of the room and slammed the basement door. He's still not speaking to me. Man, he's just throwing a temper tantrum because he wants to pay less. Don't give in. I asked a few other friends and some family members, and most said I'm wrong.
Is a unit available to transport an arrestee to the nearest precinct?
I have to detain you for driving with a smoking exhaust.
I thought it was fixed.
Paying off their whole mortgage, and then they use the place as an investment property. But guess what? When you pay rent, you're either
We have a traffic
the
stop that
landlord
requires
off the
taking care of.
mortgage, or the property is an investment
I'll just leave you...
Okay.
They are making money off it. Let's not live in a world where
I'm afraid I won't make it in time.
to live in places for free. So only a few friends say I'm in
It's
the
fine.
right. Am I the a-hole for not paying $650 of my $775?
Support required. Any officers available?
Because at the end of the day,
Leave it to me.
you also paid down money. So yes, mortgage is $75 per month, but you also paid down a larger chunk of that mortgage than most people. Most people, I think they do like 50% or something like that. No, is it 50%? I feel like it's even less than that. When I bought my first place, I think I paid $50,000 to buy the house, and then the mortgage was like $300,000 or something like that. So by paying 60% of that mortgage down, you already paid for your rent up front. Some added context.
Any officers available to transport an arrestee to the nearest police station?
Also, I'll look at the eviction process. I'm just glad. For now, he will remain unless he leaves, which I'd allow him to do if he wants. He also didn't bother to read the lease before signing. The lease clearly states I'm the homeowner.
This is Patrol 4561. I'll deal with the accident.
We already agreed they won't pay monthly rent, but will contribute to utilities and groceries at that time. I also made a 60% down payment, so I have quite a bit invested, as well as paying about $1,500 a month out of pocket for taxes, insurance, maintenance, utilities, etc. Your mortgage might only be $775 per month, but owning a property also comes with property taxes, utilities, all of these other things that I hate.
Sup?
Pay to own something. To me, I don't see that you did anything wrong. And the people that are like mad that it's part of your mortgage, like a large chunk, they don't understand how this shit works. You paid for your mortgage in advance. OMG, are they freaking serious? What is it they think people do when they rent? They cover the landlord's mortgage payment. Thank you. It's not that difficult to understand. He has a pretty nice setup.
We require an officer to take care of transporting an arrestee. Anyone available?
I think those are the friends the commenter was referring to when he said you need smarter friends. Hope he responds like friends. I probably need to find some smarter friends. Oddly enough, you are not the agent. Just decided. Is this guy?
Please respond.
Let me handle it.
Divorce drama. Am I the a-hole for not defending my husband and making him die after he said he would leave me for another woman? I, my husband, 33 male, for 3 years. We have no kids. We both work full-time. My husband is married. They both are the mirror reflection of each other. They belong to the same body type. The only thing different about them is their personality. My husband is much more reserved and career-oriented, while his brother is adventurous.
Hiya.
Hi.
That's the kind of joke that someone says, "Ooh, it's a good joke." Did anyone laugh at that joke? Just you? Okay, then it's not funny. This has gotten worse as he's always mentioning how I should obey and respect him as the man of the house. Or he would be looking for another wife soon. Obey? I'm sorry, does he know what century he's living in? So, let me get this straight. You're still working. Are you thinking? If all of those questions are a yes, that ovation, they weren't. I told him I didn't like his comments, but he always said he's just joking. Yeah, I always do. And trying to make me work for his attention. He stopped the comments for some time and then started again, but this time with misogynistic comments. And how my goal as a woman should always be to make him happy. And what about his goal as a man? Girl, if we're talking about traditional roles, if that's his thinking, then you can just quit your job and he gives you like your allowance. I know you've got that right. As that's what God brought me into this world to do. I lost my mind anger, the whole table went quiet. His mom looked like she was about to say something. His brother started laughing and said that his brother is crazy to think that anyone would want him and that he's lucky to have someone like me, even though I'm out of his league. Oh! This to me kind of sounds a little bit like negging. He's trying to put you in your place to feel like
You're taking too long to arrive at the accident site. They had to send out another unit to take care of it. We need an officer to take care of a traffic stop. Can you do it?
I can finally make the better choice instead of inconsistencies for a living. My husband completely lost it and started shouting at me. I was like joking, really.
You're taking too long.
Can't take
Sending
a joke.
another unit.
That's how you know he's not joking. My husband lost it, started shouting at his brother. He started laughing and blurted out he was just joking, just like my husband. My husband was even more mad than before. Things got heated and his mom intervened and started going off on my husband about his misogynistic comment and asked him.
There's a situation that needs taking care of. Anybody available?
They then turned to his brother and said his inappropriate comments about me. His parents apologized for their behavior. He and his brother started going off again. So I decided to leave with Mrs. for a walk on the beach.
This is Patrol 4561 taking care of the accident.
When we came back, everyone was in the sitting room, and my husband looked pissed, while his brother looked like he was enjoying this drama. As I walked in, father-in-law looked at my husband, who then came and apologized for his comments. His brother also apologized. His mom
Officer, help requested for an emergency. Please respond.
She warned me to let her know if he tries this nonsense again. The car ride was quiet. When we reached home, my husband turned to me and asked
I'll take care of the emergency.
when his brother was making those comments. If you're not worthy of a defense, then no one is going to defend you. Genuinely feels that way, or he's doing the negging thing where he feels like you're out of his league and he's trying to make you feel like you couldn't find something better. Either way, I'm not a fan of negging. Okay, that's never worked on me. It's a thing that a lot of guys do to like knock you down a peg, especially if you're really pretty or if you've got a lot going for you, you know, like in your career, or you know, you're a good person or whatever. They poke at you, right? They just going at your self-esteem to make you feel like you're on their level. Twisted. I think